1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. T.O.N. Teachers of my eye. Who am I? Today the scribe, been forever, but the name changes with the times. I come from a place where space is home. I go into realms where your face is gone. A change gon' come. As a teen, hypnotized deep in a sleep, party and slumber. 11 life path number, a life of death that's rebirth. Recall realities to reemerge. Soul purge, I'll lend you frequency like loan words. Before I teach, I spit a poem first. Step on stage, set the stage, car walking, set ablaze, divine fire. The body is divine attire, sewn from words. Sound frequency, awakening dreams. Don't pinch me every day I wake up, it's a home birth. Start from zero to become the heroes. Cycles of time causes expansion of mind. Potential is exponential. Gain XP, what your power made of. I've had to face self, face to fate, a double fate. What will I make of the present? I'm just trying to pet heaven. Twice great, 2 arms up is none to wave. It's nothing to wave. God separate the waters from the waters. Genesis 1 and 6. See, that source is thousands of years prior to a Bible even existing. It's called the pet, word for heaven. Watchers of noon, primordial, pre-ordered, bringing order in order. Its law the scales will represent. A double gift, re-present, Ray is present. Ra, amen to the God inside. The crown will glow as consciousness grows. So what assignment are you on? Doubles. Bodies from walking. I do my best to do my best. Lead with the left, heart out my chest. By a step out of the flesh. On my crown is the Nemez, Corona shining. I do my best to do my best. Lead with the left, heart out my chest. By a step out of the flesh. On my crown is the Nemez, Corona shining. Serpent mind winding in alignment. Straight from Orion, the origins. Dig into the root, Kim originals, the oracle speaking. Your aura is gleaming. The sons of God, Amen Ra. Who can't afford a reason to fall below your own means, meaning reaching beyond the firmament ceiling. I see linguistics tricking us deep into sleeping. The way we live inception, I must be dreaming. Doubles, double L, square root, mirrors, reverse the image. My grip is slipping. Almost forgot the point of the mission. Statement, point out all the contradictions. Blatant, truth lives where my eye is foundation. Yeah, co-founded a nation. Dictionary, study, spells can be scary. Etymology, this here is completion. Cycle circles, dualism, wisdom. I peddle flowers. 2 eyes are watching to see through the double realm I'm healing. Never out of what's within him. Infinite reasons, just like my brother Arcad. Always remain calm against demons. Death culture, to be alive here, it's a lie here. They crossed us into thinking that death isn't living. The lies are falling through my palms, arm wide, holes in my hand. The Pope's in command, I demand the throne back. Ancient teachings, I'm a throwback. Picture that, see this moment here is Kodak. So black, I see through lies. Why they hold that? Ocean motions, I'm flowing through noon in the boats of consciousness. My tongue is rolling, planting seeds, sowing. Knee of speaking, untangled quantum DNA, spitting frequencies. I hear Christians scream hallelujah. And this ain't that the name of God is God. I must bring the order back, the scales are tipping. In the court of Allah, moonshine, Tehuti is Yah. This here is Ptah, bulldozing. The one chosen, focus. When the light hits you, just open like lotus. Melt your mind when in mind time is frozen. Blow minds, my mind is golden. Coat me in gold, I've got a gold coat round me like I'm Tutankhamun. Like his when you spell my name, put 3 lines in. Scribe, presenting the law's findings. Who's he? I me, an echo of Tehuti. Yes, I do my best to do my best. Lead with the left, heart out my chest. By a step out of the flesh. On my crown is the Nemez, Corona shining. We do our best to do our best.
this is the whole purpose of actually doing the MENETERU class on the AMENKHAU, was to get everybody in the mind state of Hika, because the AMENKHAU is a book of Hika. It's a book of magic. It's a book of immortality, out-of-body experiences. It's a book of several spells. It is all about the other realm and its connection to this realm and how you can merge the two. So I just never allowed the questions of actual ritual or magical practice other than the one-on-one.
You'll see it looks like a sieve. Everybody know what a sieve is?
No.
A sieve is like a strainer. You can pour rice on it and only the water will go through, or you separate. It's like a screen. You pour something on it and it separates things. Thinner aspects can go through the K. Today's equivalent is a K or a Q. So we have Kes, which is bone, body, skeleton. The inner part of you that actually produces the blood within the bone marrow. So it's flesh and blood, which is bones, which is the Kes. So here, Kes ties in again is homage. Kes. Whether it's spelled like that or spelled like any of the other 20 ways that the beautiful thing with the men. Where this came from, and how Venus associates with an actual shining planet, and how that became the Lucifer of Christianity, which is the Luic cipher, the encircled light, which at sometimes can be Venus, and sometimes can be the Kenti was the royal area of the beginnings. That's where the modern day Greek historians say that men came. That when they went and talked to the so-called Ethiopians, they said that that Kemet was an area reestablished.
There is no spoon.
Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. I had to relearn what a brother is. I had to relearn what a sister is. I had to relearn what a mother is. There is no other him. Watch your mouth, fix your lips. I am learning to compartmentalize what I find with my mentals. I could have been labeled mental voices in my head. If I speak to the wrong one, I'll be diagnosed schizophrenic. Creating pollution you can't escape from. We're Captain Planet. Where's Captain Planet? And it's exactly how they planned it. It's insanity, state in a state of sanity. But I'm the scribe, keep a record on the record. I break records. This, that, Medu, nature, echo, living, lively, times 3, Trinity. We are not the same, not even simile. Plant the seed, a man receive excellence, adoration, testaments, evaluation, literally. The love is real, yet they be hating. Salutations, I wait to master patience. Acting lackadaisy on your facts, I'm back by conscious beings. I am free, can't lock the wings in. The diction is firm, call me men. A man, 3 in 1, erection, protection, firm. Spitting life into who I speak to like sperm. Creation is a who I earned. The right to fully see it through. The heart as I rise through. Manu, Akut. Lost it when I had to find you. I'm through. Times two. Dualism. We will align soon. As I meditate in my room, it becomes a space of pure truth aligned with my art. Verbiage a sign for more than the two eyes. I can see the veil underneath that other veil. Focus when I am locked in. I don't need a cell. Tell me you don't see the traps. Tower power over enemies. Frozen over hell, reversing spells. Fell from the skies. The body is disguised. If you needed a sign, well this is it. I hope you read between the lines. Left, right. After the first step, I write what's left in me. This is destiny, keep on moving, especially if you find blockage. No amount of pushback will stop this. This will get capped in stone, they cannot top this. Pyro, fire, vibe is my attire. Inspire the ones chosen, the ones open, the ones spoken. From times when life was once spoken. Enchantments, Nesu, double tongue in motion. Give, receive. Keep moving and move for keeps. Keep it real, keep the master key. I had to master me. Mirror glass shattered in my dreams. I didn't like the image till I realized I am the image of the image. I'm here for keeps. Keep your distance. Social gimmicks. Our stories told within the hieroglyphics. Mystics, just keep on living. We're gifted. Our stories told within the hieroglyphics. A language living. Just keep on living. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep. I had to relearn what a brother is. I had to relearn what a sister is. I had to relearn what a mother is. There is no other him. Watch your mouth, fix your lips. Yeah, motivate a nation. Stepping out the spaceship, causing a spaceship. Faced with revealing the spells within this matrix from the Masons. But I'm the architect, best respect, I can architect. Rule your rulership, I hold the heck. Control my thoughts, still move when the game is paused. We speak heck up, this is the best of MERETSEGER. Bars like Wi-Fi, we're connected, always on time. Frequency and flow through frequency. I know the power I hold in my throat. Creation, destruction, with every single thing I've spoke. Enter, NETERU, Kurt, show your worth. Heal from all the hurt. Not a singer, best believe I hold a note. Read between the lines, you're not really lost in that. I hope you find exactly what you are looking for. This is more than words. Taught myself to heal myself. I come from the dirt, no time for slacking or bad habits. Sad tactics of bringing mad, tragic mental processes that lack passion. Spit fire, black dragon. School of hard knocks, send you backpacking. My eyes, when this appears, it's like magic. The fact is, when it's wartime, we go savage. Shield of armor 720, prevent backstabbing. Backstabbing all the fiends of good-hearted beings. They don't suit the role, they lack the fashion. So just keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. Keep. I had to relearn what a brother is. I had to relearn.
Chat, peace and love. How's my sound, brothers? Can y'all hear me? You're on mute, brother.
Yes, you sound great.
Chat, welcome everybody to the House of Aten Study Guide Sunday. Ancient Tehuti and Teachings of the NETERU presents Famous Distant Relatives, Family Reunion, presented by Menkhu Ara Meri Maat. Before we begin, we will introduce the panel. We will do as we do every week with our beautiful affirmation. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Unki and Ma'at, Un and S, Nintat or Sat and Ma'at, Min Hapapat and Ma'at, Her and Hu Kui, Her Iku. I live for Ma'at. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Ma'at. Every day I advance towards Ma'at. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light. Peace and love, everybody. I am Atef Menkhu Maat. I am the esteemed steward of the Venerable House of Aten. As a devoted disciple of the Master Teacher, the illustrious Tehuti Amenhotep, I proudly undertake the role of the sagacious host for the weekly gathering within the sacred halls of the House of Aten. Here we delve into the profound teachings that illuminate the path of Ma'at. In the sacred sanctuary of the House of Aten, I guide fellow seekers on a journey of enlightenment and understanding, drawing from the wellspring of ancient wisdom. Our gatherings are profound explorations in the depths of truth, meticulously deciphered through the lens of ancestral artifacts and the profound teachings bestowed upon us by the great Tehuti Amenhotep Ra. My commitment to the pursuit of wisdom extends beyond the confines of our weekly gatherings. As a true-hearted devotee of truth, I strive to embody the essence of Ma'at in all aspects of life, expressing unwavering love for my people. My soul resonates with the harmonious frequencies of the MERETSEGER. I stand as a loyal guardian of Ma'at, steadfastly defending the sacred principles that govern our existence within the House of Aten. Next, we have the mighty general Ahati Ma'at. Ahati Ma'at was taught under the great Tehuti Amenhotep Ra. He has been a serious student and teacher of Kemetic culture and history for several years. He has written multiple books, including the textbook called Journey of Your Soul series, essays, and articles. Furthermore, he hosts in-person and online classes, weekly podcasts, and periodically creates documentaries. He also has experience in public speaking and academic debating, and he is responsible for the creation of this study guide. Next, we have the mighty scribe, Ani Ptah Aten Tehuti, is a representative of the NETERU. He has been searching for the source since a young man and has now found it with Ma'at and with the guidance of Saba Tehuti, who gave him his name to be a reflection of him as Aten Tehuti. As he continues to dig and implement his studies to create the highest qualities of presentations with factual information to teach his people, he also creates sound vibrational tones to heal the soul and break the spells of negative hypnosis. He uses sound vibration and conscious thought to recreate the mindset of the NETERU. And last but not least, our presenter for the night, the mighty Menkhu Ara Meri Maat, is a student of the Master Teacher Saba Tehuti Amenhotep Ra and a follower of Ma'at. Menkhu Ara is the Heb, the festivities organizer in the House of Aten, cultural enlightenment advisor, and teacher. He's a developer of the Pathways of Awakening. He's a director and producer of documentaries, a researcher of ancient civilizations, and a researcher of the knowledge of spells. Welcome everybody to the House of Aten Study Guide Sundays. Scribe, is it background music playing?
Hotep, yes. There should be some background music playing.
Okay. Gotta figure out how to hear it.
Okay. Yes, Hotep to our great brother A.T.T.O.N Menkhu for that wonderful introduction. And we have something special that we're going to do today. But before we get into that, we'll greet the great people. Menkhu Ara Meri Maat. Would you like to greet the people who are here with us?
Yes. Welcome everyone for your attention. We're so appreciative to everything that we're building together. Today will be a very special, as always, ceremony, gathering, teaching, presentation with these powerful brothers here on the panel and being in the energy of our master teacher, Saba Tehuti. We have some wonderful things in store for you. So welcome and hinu to everyone that's here.
Yes, Hotep. Give me just a moment as I gather together these the support and organize a couple things before we get started. So peace and love, everyone. Hotep, welcome. Are you brother signed in on the StreamYard so you can see like what's in the back?
Let me check. We should.
like where the comments and the banners?
Yes. Yes, I am.
I see the banners. I don't see comments.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I do. Okay, I got it.
Okay, excellent. All right, yeah, peace and love, everyone. Hotep. Yeah, we appreciate everyone who is here with us. So I'll let the great brothers speak as I finish getting a couple things together. Peace and love, Hotep. Everyone, make sure you hit the like button, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We are almost at our goal for 1,000 subscribers. The Kach, which is the glyph for 1,000, the water lily. So you know, we're almost there. We're approaching very quickly. So to everyone for your support, and yeah, I'll let the great brother speak as I finish a couple things here. Hotep.
Hotep, peace, Menkhu. Looking forward to your presentation, good brother.
Sure, great brother. I appreciate you. It's really interesting how everything is aligning and everyone will see. I started my presentation, I think, 2 weeks ago. And so the magic, the hecka of my presentation is when I'm aligned with the House of Aten, or when my presentation is in alignment with something Saba is teaching. And what you will see in my presentation is exactly about some of the questions that came up and what Saba taught about. Because I get these presentations and I'm like, so since I have been a student of Saba Tehuti, I have always, this is before coming into Saba's energy and becoming a student of his, I've always been very interested in culture, history, music, and art. And I've always been very interested in spirituality. And so since coming into Saba's energy and Saba giving me my Ren, and just, you know, becoming more familiar with the followers of Ma'at, something very, I shouldn't say strange, because it's such a wonderful, magnificent occurrence. But Saba, I think Saba taught this in the last MetaNetter class. And I think he's probably been teaching this all along, but I heard it in a way that I could metabolize it, that it really kind of sunk in. And I think it's really obvious, but I think it's not obvious. He talked about how consciousness is outside of us, right? I think consciousness is probably all around us. And what is happening recently is I'm knowing things that I don't know that I know. And so sometimes I think that's the synchronicity, and Saba is actually teaching us to be ahead of the synchronicities. He taught that in a MetaNetter Monday class. If you're not coming to the MetaNetter classes, you'll see some of the benefits. I hope I could show you in my discovery and my exploration in my presentation how I am being developed into who I am, into the name, the Ren that he gave me. And so I know things that I don't know. I know about, I don't know if I'm describing this properly, but what's happening is, for example, one of the way, I think it's happening for all of us, but I've seen it happen to Ani Ptah as well. Saba started talking about something, and his background is what Saba is going to teach about. And sometimes that happens to me as well. Sometimes it happened last Sunday, the last study guide. Well, actually in the MetaNetter, this is a question Ani Ptah asked about, and it was about the blue crown. And Saba's been teaching about the white crown and the blue crown, and he's been teaching about Aten, Ra, and Shu. Ra and Shu. And he's been teaching us about the Blu-ray scattering. And I'm probably not saying that right. I always mix that up. It's not Blu-ray. But anyways,
Raylene scattering.
The Raylene scattering. Thank you. I don't know why I was saying. I think my mind goes to Blu-ray DVDs for some reason. I be bugging. But anyways, so last Sunday, my background, I had seen it online, and I was like, "Ooh, I want that to be my background." Lo and behold, Ptah was like, "Menkhu, what is your background?" And I sent it to him, and he sent it back to me and had a better picture. He sourced it and had a better picture of it. And lo and behold, it was Ray Harakuti with the white crown. And so some things can only be explained. Well, some things, I think Ptah was talking about this too. Some people think that the only thing is true is the thing that makes sense. And so in this energy, I think we all are just developing and growing in a very beautiful, powerful, majestic way. And so in my presentation, you'll see a little bit more of that, because I know, one thing I know for sure is that I'm a visionary and I'm a seer. There's definitely, that is one thing I know about my crazy life and like who I am. I think I am a visual learner. Like they say that people learn kinesthetically. One way of you learn is like actually putting it together, not reading the instruction manual. Some people aren't good at reading, but they can take a card apart and put it back together. And some people learn visually, and some people learn through audio, right? And I think we learn from all of them, but some folks are stronger, and some people, their senses, some of those senses are stronger than others. And my visual is like, my visual is crazy. Like I'll think a thought. So this is where Saba was very accurate in my name. The Menkhu Ara, the ARA, he was, I don't know how he knew that, but of course he's different. And so I guess maybe through just observation, maybe. But even my thoughts are so vivid. Like I literally see them like they're on as big as a screen in a movie theater. They're like, when like sometimes people be like, I'll have to like blink or shake my head because my thought is like in my face. Whatever I'm thinking in my mind is right in front of my energy and my being and my everything. It is like really, really loud. And so sometimes people say something and I'll hear it, but it doesn't resonate with like my visual sense. And so I say that all to say is I'm definitely a visionary. Like I have visions and I'll be like, okay, what does that mean? Something showed me something. And sometimes it's prophetic, and I don't claim to be a prophet or to be able to tell the future, but I think we all have deja vu. But I have visions, and sometimes I don't know where they're coming from. Like it's like, and yeah, so definitely I learn very much from the things that I see in my visions, my inner vision. Okay, welcome back, Ptah. You want us to still talk, or are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Tua, great brother. Very illustrious explanation of some of your gifts that you are beginning to master. So Tua to that great brother. And I think what they call that, when you say you speak about how you know things that you don't know how you know it, what they call that today would be clear cognizance, right? The clarity of the cognizance to be able to know things without knowing how you know them. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. To our great brother for sharing that, and for wearing that shirt to remind everyone that you are a door. So we are the doors. So to our great brother. All right, so first I'll go through and I'll share the support, and then I will introduce, I'll share the newsletter with everyone, because there's some new vibrational tones that I want to bring forth for the great members of the House of Aten and the great supporters. Okay, so first, let me share the screen. Yeah, peace and love, everyone. Hotep, Tua for being here. Give a great shout out to our moderator, Primordial Thought 9, our wonderful moderator, who will be posting all the links for us, and to moderate the chat room here. And so Hinu to this great brother, he posts the support links, which are pinned at the top of the chat. Okay, so utilize those. Yes, greetings. Nani Aset Mer says, greetings all. Greetings, peace, and Tua for being here with us and allowing your NETERU energy and consciousness to be amongst us. So Hinu and Tua to you. All right, let me share the screen. Okay, so first we'll start. Who we start with? Let's start with Angela Gates, who sends in $10 for support. Wonderful, wonderful supporter. We appreciate you, Angela Gates, Tua, for being here, and sending you much love, and Heka Kepara and son of Kepara as well. Hope that they are doing okay. So peace and love to you. All right, next we have Anu and Antu, who sent in $40 for Anu and Antu, the House of Aten membership. So they are now official members of the House of Aten. Hey, great brother Tef, is there a way you can turn the noise down just one tone, semitone? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. That was perfect. Yes, Tua, welcome to the House of Aten. We have Antu and Anu, Uncle Jasaneb, Hotep Marie to Karu per Aten, the household members within the ancient Tehutian teachings of NETERU. Absolutely. Tua to both of you and the support that you give Saba Tehuti and the House of Aten. We appreciate you being here. All right, next we have Minty Hotep, who sends in 1010 for the House of Aten February 2024 Tua Ishin. Another wonderful, fantastic member of the House of Aten. We appreciate you, Minty Hotep, and the creativity that you emanate, and we look forward to seeing more of your creations. Peace and love, Hotep. All right, next we have Nook Poo, who sent in 1010 for Tua NETERU Aten for the Meta Netter numbers Ma'at. All right, to our good brother Nukpu, Ma'akaru Amun Ray Henu Hotep Nefer Netert, Ma'at Hotep NETERU. This brother sent me in the was it Wisdom Wednesday class, the last Wisdom Wednesday class. He asked me for the MetaNetter number sequence. So I sent that to him, and so he supported for that. So to our good brother Nukpu for supporting the way that you do. And here's your second support that we received in another 1010 for Kes, Henu, Ikiru, Nefer, Nefu, Ku, NETERU, Tua, Ma'akaru, Ma'at. Yes, to our great brother for the support, the MetaNetter tones that you emanate, and for your energy in the Discord as well. And I'll show that and go over that here in just a moment. But this great brother is always putting some beautiful tones in the Discord. So to our for that. All right, next we have Nito Campbell, who sent in $9 for Hail the House of Aten for the 12824 class. To Henu, to one of the greatest consistent supporters of the House of Aten since the very beginning. We appreciate you, Nito Campbell, who is Squano trending in the chat. If you see Squano trending in the chat, be sure to give him a Henu. We appreciate you, great brother. All right, next we have Tanya 23, who sends in $20 for Tanya 23 Experience, aka Circuit Hetiet Amen Ra. Yes, we appreciate you. We appreciate you, sister, for the support. I do want to point out to you, you sent your support to the our old Cash App, which was Teachings of Ma'at. We no longer utilize that tone. Our new one, and the one that we have for the other links posted in our videos now, is the House of Aten. So for future reference for everyone, our support links are House of Aten, both Cash App and PayPal. Okay, so be sure to utilize those. But we appreciate you, Tanya 23, and the support for the House of Aten. We appreciate you. All right, next we have Supreme 4777, who sends in $35 for donation. To this, I'm not sure if it's a sister or brother, but you as well also sent it into the Teachings of Ma'at, and in a lot of our old videos, those may be the links that you all may see. So which is why I also still keep track of that one, because if people go to old videos and watch old classes and are just introduced to us, they're more than likely to use those links. So we appreciate you. And again, for you as well, for your support moving forward. If you would send that to the House of Aten, and those updated links are in our new, later videos in the bio, also pinned to the top of the chat. So Tuwa Supreme, we appreciate you supporting, coming across the information and showing support. Absolutely. All right. And next we have Primordial Thought 9, the great moderator, who sends in $10 for February Tuwa Ishin. Hotep Henu Ma'akaru, to the great brother Primordial Thought 9. We appreciate you and everything that you do. Wonderful Nefer moderator for the House of Aten. Great supporter for the Tehuti pod class and ask wonderful questions. So Tuwa for your presence and for your Aku as well. Henu. All right, and lastly, I want to show some of the YouTube members. So I missed one of the YouTube members, and for those who are not familiar with the YouTube membership here on the House of Aten, when you look at the subscribe button, there's a button that says join when you're on the computer, and that is how you join the House of Aten membership, where you get some beautiful Nefer emojis next to your names, and you'll see some of those in the chat, such as Nefer Keperet and Oxafek. You'll see their names are green, and that's because they are YouTube subscribers through the membership of the House of Aten, and that link is also in the chat room if you want to join that. That's another way to support us. And all of the YouTube members, all of those who join this on the YouTube membership, get primary access to any videos that we post to our channel. So as we will begin to post more content on the channel that's not live stream, all of the YouTube members will get very first access. I'm not sure for how long, but they'll definitely have access to the videos before everyone else. And that's one of the great perks of being joining the YouTube membership. So I want to show the YouTube members, and here they are. We have Kenneth Cotton, who joined Tir Heru. We have Rasheli, who joined Tir Heru. We have Tehuti Ka, who joined Tir Heru. Nefer Keperet, who joined Tir Heru, and Oxafek, who joined Tir Asar. So let's give a round of applause. Yes, Hotep, we appreciate all of you. You all are fantastic, wonderful, beautiful, great supporters. Kenneth Cotton came across a video and immediately joined the YouTube, left a comment on the video and gave his praises and said, hey, I'm supporting. So we appreciate you as well. So Tuwa and Henu. All right. So now that we went through the support that came through, again, I'll show the banner here, the overlay of the PayPal and the Cash App. You can scan this QR code with your phone. It'll take you directly to our links, or you can just utilize the links in the bio and in the top of the chat. So as the class begins to ensue, if you appreciate the teachings that you are receiving and you learn something new, you appreciate everything that goes into organizing and building everything that we're doing. We appreciate each and every one of you, and I'm going to show what that title is. When you support the House of Aten, you become a representative of the House of Aten, and there is a title that is bestowed upon you for supporting us, and I'm about to show that. All right. So I also want to say, join us on Rumble. Wait, that's the old one. Let me show updated. Rumble.com/House of Aten. This is our backup channel. So all of our live streams are streamed simultaneously on Rumble. So we're also right now live on Rumble. And it's great because sometimes YouTube blocks out certain things, and because of different copyrights and things of that nature, we have to cut out certain parts. And so anytime that happens, you know, Rumble is not as restrictive as YouTube. So all of our full length classes will always remain up on YouTube, as long as we don't have to cut, but Rumble will never have to cut anything out. So there may come a time in the future where we may do specific classes just on Rumble, because we won't be able to do them on YouTube. So it's more open source. It's more, you can speak more on Rumble. So make sure everyone is subscribed there on Rumble, and the link is posted in the bio for our Rumble, and I will put that in the chat right now for you all to click that link and go on over to Rumble as well and subscribe to our channel over there. All right. And I also want to speak about MetaNetter Monday classes. This is a phenomenal class. Everyone should be a part of this. If you can't be there live with us, 1:30 p.m. Pacific time every Monday, you can still get the recordings of the great Saba Tehuti Amenhotep Ra, his MetaNetter classes. You can go to houseofaten.org/MetaNetter, and Saba Tehuti's email is there, mysticaltelevision@gmail.com. All right. And as well, everyone join the Discord. The Discord is growing consistently. We're getting new people in the Discord almost daily. So to and Hinu, to all the great people who are joining us on Discord. All right. So now I want to, I'm going to show the newsletter. Okay, so when you go to houseofaten.org and you scroll all the way to the bottom, all right, houseofaten.org, ATTON, Ancient Tehutian Teachings of NETERU. So it is an acronym, right? So houseofaten.org. Make sure everyone, when you're utilizing and typing the House of Aten, be sure that you are spelling this correctly. So those who are new coming in also spell it correctly. So ATTON. And when you scroll all the way to the bottom, it says subscribe to the mailing list below. So you put in your email address right here, and you are added to our mailing list that we send out every single week. Okay, so let me show that. So now this is the mailing list. Okay. So this is the beautiful mailing list that we send out. We sent this out today, February 4th, 2024. Right. Greetings. Thank you to our consistent supporters and to everyone else who comes out and shows us love too. We appreciate you as well. We began as a movement under the name Teachings of Ma'at. After 13 months of consistency and discipline, our great Saba Tehuti gave us our REN, our name as a movement, the House of Aten, an acronym for Ancient Tehutian Teachings of NETERU. We welcome you all to visit houseofaten.org, subscribe to our channels, and support the movement. Hinu. All right. And so we also, we have a new section of a summarization of the previous classes that we have, and we put some information in there for you all as well, right? And links to these shows, right? Join us tonight. Famous Distant Relatives, right? Our Discord links as well. Becoming a member. Contact Ani Ptah at houseofaten.org. All that information is in here. Wisdom Wednesday classes that I host for all of the House of Aten members. Exclusive private class for HOA members only. It's a free class that I host for all of the wonderful members, where we go over the Sebai, which is the MERETSEGER word for instructions or teachings, right? Search thyself for every flaw thoroughly until there exists in your comportment no fault. Great is Ma'at and ever at the ready, right? So, and these classes are, I post all the links and information in the Discord. So all of the great members, make sure that you are Discord members, and I'll give you access as a member. So you have access that every other person who comes in on Discord doesn't have, right? So there's levels and tiers on the Discord that members have special access to. All right, business promotion, creativity show. You run a business, you're a performer, an artist, you draw, you act, you perform an instrument, you do music. Reach out to us. We would love to have you on the show and bring up all the creative people. All right, and here's our links, of course. House of Aten, our email address, the founders of the House of Aten. All right, and here we go. The House of Aten membership. Okay, so here is the fresh new vibrational tone. So it's no longer called membership, right? It is now called KHNUMMOSE per Aten. KHNUMMOSE per Aten. So everyone become a KHNUMMOSE, right? So you can become a part of the KHNUMMOSE. And KHNUMMOSE, as I put here, is a meta word for relatives of family, underlings, or inhabitants of the land, or members of the household. Right, you'll also see that in different dictionaries. So those who come into the House of Aten, right, because Ker also means to be underneath, which is also the same thing as being in something. To enter in, to be within something is also the Ker. So as you enter into the House of Aten, right, you are KHNUMMOSE, right, to become a Ker, right. And so here's a translation that I give for the members of the House of Aten, which is now the KHNUMMOSE, the household members within the ancient Tehutian teachings of NETERU, the students of the sound vibrational realm who defeats the enemies in war with the NETERU, right? So all of that is what is encompassed of being a part of the KHNUMMOSE, right? Because Ker is also the meta word for voice, and is a name of the sound vibrational realm known as the NETERU, right? And you see the same glyph here as up here, the Ker. So it's the sound vibrational realm of the NETERU, right? And so this is what we are. We're students of the sound vibrational realm. And KHNUMMOSE also is a word that means enemies. Right, it's also a word that means enemies. So to destroy the enemies, to overtake the enemies with the KHNUMMOSE, with the voice, which is also the rudder or the oar that's used to control your boat as you row through the consciousness of the NETERU, right? And so this is a beautiful sound vibrational tone that's far more personal and powerful than just member. So we are now the KHNUMMOSE, right? The KHNUMMOSE per Aten, the KHNUMMOSE per Aten, the relatives or the inhabitants or the household members, the members of the house of Aten, right? And here is our glyphs to represent this. All right, so Hinu to all the great KHNUMMOSE, Black Alucard, Angie Martinez, Seth Shait, Jason Kirkland, Primordial Thought 9, Stephen E. or Oxafek, Eric G, Nookpoo, Nicholas Savensden, Big Vapes, Maharu, Minty Hotep Nuti Ma'at, Raw Minerals, Nahum, Lit London, K, Lena Sueves, and Anu and Antu. So let's get the great members round of applause.
Let's go.
Hinu to the KHNUMMOSE per Aten. All right, and so we also have to carry that vibrational tone alongside all of the great supporters of the House of Aten. Okay, so House of Aten partisans. The House of Aten partisans, right, is now, or the supporters, your title is now the Meru per Aten. The Meru. And here is the MERETSEGER for Meru, which means partisans or supporters. A partisan being a strong supporter, all right, of a cause. And this is the ancient Tehutian teachings of the NETERU. So all of the great people who send in support, your vibrational tone is now the Meru. So we appreciate all the Meru of the House of Aten, of the Per Aten. And of course, the Meru is a very beautiful sound vibrational tone. So we see the great brothers here who are supporting each other while also being the foundation for the nation. So we appreciate all of the wonderful supporters. So the Meru, the beloved supporters, partisans, and patrons who assist in weaving our will in reestablishing Ta Meri, or Ta Mer, right? Ta Mer. And so Meru is also, Mer is also a word for to weave, right? To weave together, known as the NETERU, net, or Neith, the great weaver, right? And so that word is also Meru, the weavers. So you all are assisting in weaving together our will, which is another word for Mer, the will, the beloved, to wish, right? So our will is able to be weaved, woven together because of all the great supporters. Without the ones who are supporting the House of Aten, this cannot exist. We cannot grow at the rate that we are growing. We're not able to supply all of the information that we do, all of the classes that we host, all of the different platforms of consciousness that we're creating for everyone to come together under the consciousness of Ma'at, the House of Aten. So we appreciate and love each and every one of our supporters. So of course, Mer, it means to love, right? So let's give a shout out to all of our great supporters: Nito Campbell, Artisamon Hawkins, True Seeker 22, E-Manifesto, Shannon Souther, who is now Minty Hotep Nutti Ma'at, B. Gad Leisure, Teddy Patty, Mark Anthony Safincia, Anthony Drain, Eric G, Hector Kepara, Sarah Broomfield, Angela Gates, Bev, Cannabis Spa, Stephen E, Ox Effect, John Noel, Nefer Keparet, Raw Minerals, Donald Duncan, Malkia Wamungu, Tanya 23 Experience, Master K, Kavion, KG, Maria Ben Sebe, April Cabintoy, Cash Peden, Barbara McCrae, Amun Min Ra Atum, Jason Kirkland, Trenton Donaldson, Black Alucard, Kemet Heru Hancock, Atum, Bijan Farrell, Ruffian Records, Emmanuel Rodriguez, Sherry Ka, Kristen Dashuri, Stranger, Robert Williams, Sumani Alzuma, Sandra Shepard, Nicholas Noetic, Mystic Mama, Ross Shelley, and Supreme. It's your consistent support that helps us all grow. Let's give everyone a great round of applause.
Forget that we the real champions around here.
Yes, to Ahenu, to all the great House of Aten members, together we are the SHMSW. The SHMSW, which means the followers of the NETERU, right? So as a collective, under the House of Aten, we are the SHMSW. We're the ancient Tehutian teachings of the NETERU, so therefore we are also the followers of the NETERU, right? So carry this vibrational tones with you. Be proud as you recite that, as you say, I am a Meru per Aten. I am a great supporter and partisan of the House of Aten. I am a Karu per Aten. I am a great member, household family member, inhabitant of the House of Aten. And together we are the SHMSW. We're the followers and representatives of the NETERU. Welcome to the House of Aten.
forget that we the real champions around here.
Yes. Hotep Henu, Ma'akaru. Very extremely proud of everyone. Extremely excited for the vibrational tones that we are beginning to reproduce. To the great ancestors, to all the great ones who documented and lived out what they needed to do, live out Ma'at, live out the teachings of the NETERU, so that we can have them today to allow ourselves to advance to the highest form of consciousness that exists on this planet. So Tua Henu, I'm gonna post the link for if the great brother Primordial Thought 9, if you'd like to come up on the panel. This link is for Primordial Thought 9 only. So if our great moderator would like to come up, we're gonna do something special for him. So we'll give you a minute to let us know if you're able to or not. If not, that's okay. We will continue. So yes, everyone, Tua, we appreciate you. I see Kenneth Cotton here, one of the latest members on YouTube here. Hotep, peace and blessings, family. And I love your thumbnail there with the Ankh and the T or the D, which means to give. And some people will say that that's a pizza slice. So, so we appreciate you, Kenneth Cotton, for supporting us. We appreciate you. Peace, Hotep. Welcome to the great moderator, Primordial Thought 9.
Yo, let's go.
Peace, brothers. Peace, man. It's always good seeing y'all, man. That newsletter is dope, man. That newsletter is very, very dope, man. You're excelling for sure.
Tua, great brother. And, you know, it's because of great brothers like you, great sisters like Nefer Keperet, Minty Hotep, you know, the great brothers that, you know, we see, Tefrem Kim Ma'at, Menkhu Ara Meri Maat. It's a consciousness, you know, it's a collective consciousness. So it's just a wonderful thing to be a part of. And, you know, it's just beautiful. So we appreciate you and everything that you're doing, and for being a wonderful moderator for us. And so if you'd like, you can speak about the floor is yours freely, and to speak about what you have experienced, and then we're going to do something special and provide some MERETSEGER, some tones, you know, for your great mut. So the floor is yours, great brother.
Peace and love. I appreciate you. No, it's just it's a beautiful thing to be able to appreciate life and to have the love and support. It would be very difficult if I didn't have that love and support around me. So it makes me also think about those who went through very hard times, especially losing people close to them in their life, and they have to go through it by themselves. So I'm very grateful of having my loved ones around me. I'm grateful for all of you all, for all the wonderful love and the wonderful words that everyone's been sending out. It's much appreciated. It does a lot of healing inside of me. My mom, Mamut, is very, she's very, very strong, very strong. and I'm not saying that just to just say those words, but my Mut has definitely shouldered a lot of responsibilities, a lot of just wonderful power. I know that I have that same power that flows through me. She doesn't have a quitting spirit at all. She's just unwavering in her energy. And I appreciate all that she has done for me and my siblings, just everybody. And I appreciate just who she is. And I just appreciate her existence. And one of the hard things to overcome is that, you just, as of right now in this physical realm, I just won't get to hug her or kiss her. And I just appreciate, man, just life in general. So I'm grateful for my Mut. May she always be remembered, and may she live forever. And I'm just grateful for her, and just for just all of you guys' love and support. I appreciate y'all dearly. I'm a fairly private person, so you guys, you all make me very comfortable, because I know you guys as Ebes, and we're all on the same brain waves, and I know you guys are definitely followers of my aunt, so it's good to just share her with you all, because I love all of you all, and I appreciate all of your energy. So peace and love.
Yes. Would you like to speak, great brother Tefram Kima'at?
Yeah, brother. That's I had to cut the camera off for a minute, brother. I got emotional. Yeah, cause I've experienced that as well. I was a whole lot younger when my Mut transitioned. So the thing about it, great brother, is that at that time I had no idea that that it was just a transition. I didn't look at it like that the way I look at it now, because she still exists. The energy that created her is still very relevant. Who she was, who she is, what she did is still very relevant, and I still appreciate that. It's very real right now. So I don't look at them in terms of them being gone now or as a loss. This is why I got emotional, because her energy is very, very present, our ancestors' energy. And I just want to say, Tua, for sharing that. I definitely am standing next to you, brother, strong, and I'm definitely looking forward to building this nation and being exposed to this knowledge of what life really is, because that transition is just a part of the life process. What we deem, what they taught us as death is just a rebirth. So that's the thing about it. We have to look at it in terms of being grateful and appreciating what we have. So to all of you out there, all we have is right now, and every moment is special. So we definitely have to appreciate right now, and especially our family members. So KHNU to you, great brother, for that.
Yes, I echo that. Well, Menkhu Ara, I'll give you a chance to speak if you'd like to speak to the great brother, Primordial Thought 9.
Peace, Hotep, Hinu to you, great brother. It's really heartwarming to share like precious moments like this with, you know, people you love and you care about. Yesterday, I kind of shared some information about my relationship with my moots. But the thing that I think is really beautiful, very nefer, is regardless of what happens, you know, in our lives, one thing that has always been very special to me is having something to look forward to. I remember being a little kid in Chicago, and anytime they announced in the classrooms that we were going to go on field trips, man, I couldn't wait for those field trips, because being a little kid growing up in Chicago, it was like being in Disney World. The city was like larger than life, because we have it's Sears Towers, but now I think it's renamed to like the Walters Towers or whatever. But we have Shed Aquarium, we have Lake Michigan. The downtown is beautiful. It's just a lot of culture in Chicago. And you know, Great America, the amusement park, is not that far from Chicago. So Saba shared something very beautiful with you, that you're going to be a teacher, a wisdom teacher. That is a beautiful, what do they call that when you he knighted you, when they take a sword. And so I feel like, you know, it's a very beautiful, special time. And, you know, life is like a very interesting thing, because so many things are happening simultaneously all the time. And so in the midst of, you know, what's happening, you have this family, you have the house of Aten. And I heard, I shouldn't be quoting like rappers, but I heard someone say something very interesting. They said the best way to celebrate a transition is a new life being born into the world. Like, you know, the best way to celebrate a so-called death, which we know is no death, is the birth of a new coup, a new life into this realm. So, you know, and that would be something for all of us to look forward to, because it's a gift from the NETERUs when we have a child. So I just want to say Hinu to you for your strength, and just hold firm. And we got you, great brother. So we're with you.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I've never actually even shared this publicly, but the one who raised me was my grandmother, my Ormut, and she was my mother, and she transitioned a few years ago, and definitely the closest person to me, for sure. My the person who I could always communicate with, and have these conversations that, you know, couldn't have with most people. And, you know, going through that process, and now having to reconnect and re-examine and relearn what a relationship is so very special and powerful, knowing that we have so many different consciousness within our own being, in which we taught about the 9 aspects of eternal life, and being able to have that information, and to work with that, so that we can continue the communication, and continue the connection that we have with our loved ones, who make their transition from this physical, quote unquote, low vibratory realm, that seems to slow everything down into a more heightened, refined, illuminated realm. And so we're with what we are a part of, and the consciousness that we walk with is something very special, because not only are we able to relearn what Mut is, which is the word for death, being that it is the mother, we have a different relationship with the great ones, who make their transition to the ancestors. So we have this time right now is so very powerful. So Hinu to you, and for being a representation of strength, and being exactly who you are. So I created something for you, and I'm going to read. We're going to read some passages from the Purim Haru for your Mut, and as I read them, it's going to be in the perspective of her speaking. So I'm gonna share the screen, and I made this for you. This is the beautiful Sabrina O. Bannon, which is Primordial Thought 9's Nephrim Mut, and this is a quote that he put with this picture that he posted, and he says, "Hinu to my Nephrim Mut, I love you so much. May you be remembered forevermore." Right? Rise in power. 6/28/1960 to 1/31/2024. Right? And so now she will forevermore be remembered and stamped within the House of Aten, and her sound vibrational tone will carry. Okay, so we're going to I'm going to read some of the Purim Haru, and I'm gonna leave this image up for everyone to for those of you who do altar work, who have an altar, take this image, take her name, take her Ren, and send her Hatep. Okay, so now I'm going to read some from the Purim Haru, page 119. This is the chapter of passing through Amenta, Pert, coming forth by day. Saith Asar, Sabrina, opened is Unu, shut is the head of Tehuti, perfect is the eye of Heru. I have delivered the eye of Heru, shining with splendors on the forehead of Ra, the father of the NETERU. I am Asar, that same dwelling in Amenta. Knoweth Osar his day, and not did he exist there, not shall I exist there. I am the moon among the NETERU, not come to an end I. Stand up then, Heru, he hath counted these among the NETERU. Chapter of coming forth by day and living after death. Saith Asar Sabrina, hell only one shining from the moon, hell only one shining from the moon. Let come forth Asar, Sabrina, this among thy multitudes, thy outside. Let be established him among the shining ones. Let be established her among the shining ones. Let be open to her the underworld, the Tuat. Behold, Asar, Asar Sabrina, shall come forth by day to do her will upon earth among the living. Chapter of coming forth by day after having traversed the tomb. Saith Asar Sabrina, Hail, Bah, mighty of valor, verily I am here. I have come, I see thee. I have traversed the Tuat. I have seen my father Asar. I have dispelled the night. I am his beloved. I have come that I may see my father Asar. I have stabbed the heart of Set, performing things for my father Asar. I have opened to me every way in heaven and earth. I am a daughter loving her father Asar. I have become a princess. I have become glorious. I am provided with what is necessary. Hail every netter, shining being. Every, make for me a way, the Asar. Sabrina triumphant. Chapter of not dying a second time. Saith Asar, Sabrina triumphant. Hail Tehuti. What is that which hath happened to the children of Nut? They have done battle. They have supported strife. They have not done evil. They have created the fiends. They have made slaughter. They have created troubles. But surely they have worked the mighty against the weak in all their deeds. Grant then might of Tehuti, what hath decreed Temu? Not seest thou evil, not art thou enraged when they confuse their years and go in among their months, because they have done iniquity in secret, what they have done against all thee. I am thy pallet, O Tehuti. I have brought to thee thy ink jar. Not am I among those who work iniquity in their secret places. Not may be done iniquity to me. Formula for going out in the day. This will be the final chapter. The doors of the sky are open for me. The doors of the earth are open for me. The doorbolts of Geb are open for me. The roof and the looking NETERU are open for me. The guard is the one who releases me. It is the one who fastens his arm on me, who casts his arm on me. The mouth of the pelican is open for me. The mouth of the pelican is parted for me. I go out by day to anywhere I wish to be. I have power over my heart. I have power over my foreheart. I have power over my arms. I have power over my legs. I have power over my mouth. I have power over all my limbs. I have power over voice offerings. I have power over water. I have power over air. I have power over flood water. I have power over the river. I have power over riverbanks. I have power over the men who act against me. I have power over the women who act against me in the NETERU's land. I have power over the decrees made against me on earth. It is a lie what you all say against me, that he does live on the bread of Geb. It is my abomination. I do not eat it. I live on bread of white emmer. My beer is of red barley, of the now flood NETERU in a pure place. I sit at the ground under the branches of the fruit tree of Heteru, foremost of the broad sun disk, as she proceeds to Inu with the writings of the NETERU's words, the book of Tehuti. I have power over my heart. I have power over my foreheart. I have power over my mouth. I have power over my arms. I have power over water. I have power over flood water. I have power over the river. I have power over the riverbanks. I have power over the men who act against me. I have power over the women who act against me in the NETERU's land. I have power over the decrees made against me on earth and in the NETERU's land. Raise me on my left side. Place me on my right side. Raise me on my right side. Place me seated, that I may stand and shed my dust. My tongue is at me as a sharp guide. Whoever knows this book will go out by day and walk on earth among the living, and has not perished forever. A matter a million times true.
That was beautiful, Ani. I appreciate that, man, dearly. Dearly, brother. I thank you so much, man, for your creativity and your love and your that you pull from that, man. I appreciate you. My mom will definitely be on my altar and I will definitely do the works that you just performed, brother. So I appreciate you, man. It means a lot to me, and thank you for that.
You are very welcome, great brother. Hinu to you. Hinu for everything that you're doing for the House of Aten. We love and appreciate you, great brother. So peace and love to you. Peace and love to your mutt. Yes, we'll continue to keep doing what we're doing and support each other, hold each other up, and learn with each other, learn with one another. So we appreciate you, great brother. Tua for coming up on the panel.
To peace and love. Appreciate you.
Yes, peace and love.
I just wanted to say really quick, Hinu to you, Ani Ptah, for that ceremony. That was a very special example of your master teacher and who we are as the House of Aten. So Tua to you for doing that.
To our great brothers.
Yeah, that was Otep. Yeah, that was Nefer, brother. This is definitely the vibration that we all need to stay in and be conscious of. So Tua for that beautiful ritual, great brother, Nefer.
Yes, Hinu to everyone. For your attention, for your consciousness, and for your energy. All right. Yeah, let's celebrate life. Great brother Menkhu Ara is gonna give us a wonderful Nefer presentation. Famous distant relatives. This is the family reunion presented by Menkhu Ara Meri Maat. The floor is yours, great brother.
To a great brother, I just want to let everyone know the thumbnail that you see. Ani Ptah created that thumbnail. I shared the vision with him, and he was able to execute it beautifully. And so Hinu and Tua to you, great brother, for that. And we will get started with my presentation.
Everyone hit the like button, subscribe. Hinu to the great Saba Tehuti Amenhotep Ra. Peace, we love you, great Saba Tehuti. He says, very Nefer, RENNUNET in peace to primordial thoughts, Mut, with the ATTON symbol. Hinu, great Saba Tehuti.
Peace and love to everyone. There's a little bit of a lag from, hopefully it'll catch up and everything will be okay. So the name of my presentation is Famous Distant Relatives. Who are our famous distant relatives? We're about to find out.
Menkhu Ara, you're muted. I'm not sure if you're speaking or not. Great brother.
Tua. Tua, everyone. We're going to start with an adoration to Tehuti. Come to me, Tehuti, old noble ibis, old netter who loves Kamun, old letter writer of the Ennead, great one who dwells in Uni. Come to me and give me counsel. Make me skillful in your calling. Better is your calling than any callings. It makes men great. He who masters it is found fit to hold office. I have seen many whom you have helped. They are now among the 30. They are strong and rich through your help. You are he who offers counsel. Fate and fortune are with you. Come to me and give me counsel. I am a servant of your house. Let me tell of your valiant deeds, wheresoever I may be. Then the multitudes will say, great are they, the deeds of Tehuti. Then they will come and bring their children to assign them to your calling, a calling that pleases the Neb of strength. Happy is he who performs it. So let's get a little participation from the chat. Please tell me, who are some of your favorite famous rock stars? Who are some of your favorite superstars? I want to know. Who are some of your favorite famous rock stars? So let me think for myself. Who are some of my favorite rock stars? For example, some people like the Rolling Stones. Some people like Led Zeppelin. Some people like Van Halen. Some people like Journey. So, well, some of y'all are younger. So I don't know who the rock stars of this era are, but if you could put in the chat, who are some of your favorite rock stars? Some people, okay, Jimi Hendrix, Diana Ross, beautiful. Somebody said, I don't listen to rock. Okay, somebody put Frankie Lyman. Okay, Green Day, Def Leppard, The Misfits, Weezer, John Bon Jovi. Okay, cool. Nefer, beautiful. Nice. Okay, let's get Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, let's get reintroduced to our ancestors. Welcome to the House of Aten. And this is the Merenetter for family is on the left, Ray is in the middle, and Union is the one on the right. Family reunion, famous distant relatives. Who are our relatives? So I have the Merenetter for some of these terms. The PNTRW is a famous scribe or perhaps an author. And a UET is distance, a distant thing. And who belongings, relatives, household. Oh, Ani Ptah shared a definition for relatives as well earlier. Look at the synchronicities. Here is the meta-netter for famous, another meta-netter word for famous, the Hisupta. Praise, renowned, famous, said of a weapon. Thou seizest thy famous javelin. This is a little blurry, but this is a meta-netter definition for relatives or family and kin, mood, crowd of people, generations. This is the Mahuat. So this is a text from the Book of the Dead, page 253. This is a little blurry too, but I hope you all can read it. It says, "Glory be to Asar Unefer, the great Neter within Abydos, King of eternity, Lord of the everlasting, who passeth through millions of years in his existence, eldest son of the womb of Nut, engendered by Seb the Erpat." Remember that word, E-R-P-A-T. Lord of the crowns of the north and south, Lord of the lofty white crown. Oh, the white crown has been a little bit of a theme lately for the House of Aten, the white and the blue crown. So I'm grateful for that synchronicity. As Prince of Neters of men, he hath received the crook and the flail and the dignity of his divine fathers. Let thy heart, which is taketh place of the disc and looks like the Aku. This is from the British Museum, Papyri. Let me just see something real quick. Nos 909901, Neville, Epetsit, BD, IB 121, and 10,472. And the Tet is represented by the stand, Neville, Sit, BD, I, B122, on one side of which are 3 hawk-head deities, and on the other 3 jackal-headed deities. See Lanzone Dismario, pages 56-57. Beneath are Isis and Neptets kneeling in adoration before 2 lion gods, which represent yesterday and tomorrow. An interesting variant of the latter vignette occurs in the British Museum Papyrus number 10,472, which has made for the Lady Anhari, a singer in the temple of Amen at Thebes about 1000 BC, where in addition to the apes and figures of the goddess, the title of Isis, being, and those of Neptet, there are represented on each side the wing Uwachet with pendant Uraeus and Shin, emblematic of the sun's circuit, and feather. Looks like the Ma'at feather. A man prostrate, adoring the disk, 4 men upright with both hands raised in adoration, and human head bird, emblematic of the soul of the deceased lady standing upon a pylon. I'm going to show you an illustration to go with these readings. Here it is. The word Erpat is composed of chief, and Pa'at, a clan, tribe, or family. Seb then was the prince of the family of the NETERU. Urpet is a very ancient word and was probably in use in Kemet before Suten, the common word for king. For discussion on this point, see Maspero Manuel de Harachi Egyptiani, Birch Akuluchi 210. Osiris, the night sun, was the son of Ra and the father and son of Horus. He is always represented as a Sahu, holding in his hand the scepter, crook, and flail. See Land Zone Dizio Nario, page 690, FF Wiedemann, Religion, page 123, FF Brugish, Religion and Mythologies, page 611. And here's the illustration that that reading was describing. Make it a little bit bigger so you can see. Yo, let's go! Great brothers. So we're gonna get into, I wanted to share Urpat. I was looking for different definitions of famous distant relatives, and I was excited to find the Urpat because the way it's in Budge's hieroglyphic dictionary, it doesn't share the information that I just shared. And so first we're gonna start with MERETSEGER, who was a Cobra Netert and guardian of the dead in the Theban valleys, a fiercely protective deity. She punished thieves and wrongdoers by striking them blind with venom. So here's an illustration of a Netert having a moment with a cobra, so-called cobra. The workman KHNUMMOSE kneeling. This isn't a Netert. This is a man. The workman KHNUMMOSE kneeling adoringly before Messenger MERETSEGER in the 19th and 20th dynasty, Deir el Medina, from the courtesy of the British Museum. So here's a ancestral artifact. And the ancestral artifact is offerings to MERETSEGER by AMENKHAU on an OSTRACON, the 19th dynasty, Deir el Medina, courtesy of the Turin Museum. MERETSEGER was usually depicted as a coiled cobra, a snake-headed woman, or a cobra with a woman's head, though on occasion she was shown as female-headed scorpion. The snake and the scorpion were two of the few creatures that inhabited this desolate region and were thus seen as fitting symbols of the goddess, so-called goddess. Once the artists and the artisans from the workmen's village at Deir el Medina propitiated this goddess, so-called goddess, usually in the form of a votive stela. They felt protected enough to continue working on and inside of the royal tombs. The Egyptians recognized the protective nature of serpents in addition to chaos and danger and assign these characteristics to MERETSEGER accordingly. The votive stelae to MERETSEGER by AMENKHAT, the 20th dynasty of the Deir el Medina, courtesy of the British Museum. So here is that ancestral artifact right here. And you can see the serpent. The Egyptian stela of the Neferu, 19th dynasty, Deir el Medina, courtesy of the Turin Museum. So here's another illustration of an ancestral artifact with this NETERU. Make it a little bit bigger so you can see it. On my right-hand side, you can see the NETERU. The best preserved example of this kind is the stela of Neferu, a votive slab located in the Turin Museum. According to the stela, MERETSEGER saw that the draftsman's Neferu committed a transgressive act and struck him blind after he begged for her forgiveness. She restored his sight, and Neferu erected a stela to honor her and warn others of her might. Has anyone ever heard of this NETERU? Put it in the chat if you heard of her. So I'm gonna do in this presentation, I'm gonna share some NETERUs, some family members that you don't know, and then some that you do know. AMENNAKHT kneeling in the adoration before an enthroned MERETSEGER, the 20th dynasty, the Deir el Medina, courtesy of the British Museum. So here's another ancestral artifact to give us evidence of this NETERU. This limestone stela was dedicated to MERETSEGER by AMENNAKHT, the scribe of the place of truth, and depicts him kneeling before the seated figure of the western peak. It is unknown if this AMENNAKHT is the same man who also dedicated the other stelae, because the name was so common at Deir el Medina. The two texts below are both penitential hymns to MERETSEGER, peak of the west, unlike the stela of Neferu. Though these only note the donor's request for forgiveness without mentioning restoring the wrongdoer's sense of sight. Next is Imhotep. And so I'm pretty sure most of you are familiar with Imhotep. Put in the chat, what do you all know about Imhotep? Because there's not a lot of information that is well known about Imhotep. Let me see what we have in the chat. Nukpu put Henu Imhotep. Oxafet said, true father of medicine. Yes, Nukpu put the netter of medicine. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Squano says, I know zero. No problem. Yes, Henu to the ancestors, Henu to the NETERU, most definitely. House of Aten put Third Dynasty Vizier. I can't see the, of something Hoser. Henu, beautiful. Napuna put a shaman. I think that's a Tef, said builder of the step pyramid. Anu said high priest of Ra. Architect and a doctor. Beautiful. Yes, yes. That is all correct. So here's some of the titles of Imhotep. So tonight, in my presentation and talking about Imhotep, we won't talk about one of his titles, which I may do another presentation on him. But I'm going to share. You'll see, you'll understand why I'm focusing on a very specific aspect of one of his titles and one of his talents and purpose and roles and Kemet. He was a chancellor of the king of Kemet. He was a doctor, first in line after the king of Upper Kemet. He was an administrator of the great palace, hereditary nobleman, a high priest of Heliopolis. He was a builder, a chief carpenter, a chief sculptor, and maker of vase in chief. He was the world's first named architect who built Kemet's first pyramid. Is often recognized as the world's first doctor, a priest, a scribe, a sage, a poet, an astronomer, and vizier, and chief minister. And so when I was doing a little research on Imhotep, and I needed to know information about this specific word, architect, I had to really dig to find the meta word for architect. And so I'm going to share that in my presentation. So this is from Gardner's Egyptian Grammar. And this is the meta that I found for architect. And so I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Is Herp means director, leader, and then there's this Herp NST, controller of the two seats, thrones, a priestly title, Herp Ketz, director of works, builder, and architect. And so I did a little more digging, and I found this in the same book, Gardner's Egyptian Grammar. It says, placed me the overseer of works, and above of works, or where you after works, there's the number 2. And then above of works, we see the meta and the word for works is Ket. And then it goes on to read as officer, and there's the word HRP, her, as officer in charge of that which is and that which is not, because I was efficient and because I was excellent in his heart. And so we see the meta-netter for of works and the number 2. And then I did a little more digging. And then in the footnotes, it says, i.e. chief builder or architect. And then I found, I think I looked in Budge's hieroglyphic dictionary, and there was some confirmation on if architect was a part of their language, and I will share with you more of the terms that they used, maybe more frequently than architect. So this is the step pyramid, and or the step Aku or Mer, and our Saba Tehuti has done some teachings on the step pyramid, and this is the very first pyramid. And with Imhotep being the first chief builder, he actually wrote a book on him being a chief builder and his framework and how he did his building. And a lot of the builders after him followed his teachings. So to be the first doctor and the first builder and all the titles that I shared with you is quite an accomplishment. And so there isn't a lot of statues and photos or information about Imhotep. And I'm thinking he was probably extremely busy. And so I was thinking about what was the process to become a doctor in Kemet. And so it was probably very different than the process currently. But who teaches you how to be a doctor in those times? Were something that came to my mind, something that I'm very curious about. But also, who teaches you how to, I think he was learning through a lot of self-reflection and intuition, and probably learning a lot on the job, on the go. So this is one of the very few statues of Imhotep. And so I'm going to share with you an ancestral artifact that will give us more information about Imhotep. Here's a little information about the next image that you'll see. This limestone pedestal is all that remains of a complete statue belonging to King Hoser, the builder of the step pyramid in Saqqara. He was most probably shown standing and stepping upon the 9 bowls, which represented the 9 traditional enemies of Kemet. This symbolizes that the king conquered his enemies in front of his feet. There are the Reket birds symbolizing his obedient people. The most interesting detail in this statue base is that it carries the name of the famous vizier and chief builder of the step Aku, Imhotep, together with the name of King Hoser. So this is the pedestal, and on the front of it is meta-netter. And so here is a more clear picture of the meta-netter that is on that pedestal. So this statue has been transferred to Imhotep Museum in Saqqara. And so now we're going to transition to another Aku builder, a Mer builder, and that is Khufu. Akut, Khufu, the name of the pyramid of Khufu. So this is Khufu, and very similar to Imhotep, there isn't very many images or pictures or statues of Khufu. Khufu came to the throne in his 20s and reigned for about 23 years, which is the number ascribed to him by the Turin papyrus. Other sources from much later periods suggest a significantly longer reign. Manetho gives him a reign of 65 years, and Herodotus states that he reigned 50 years. Khufu helped establish the pharaohs as a central authority. For example, he kept strict control over Kemet's food supply. This involved overseeing the harvest and storing extra grain. He controlled a large network of government officials who carried out his laws. Khufu emphasized his supreme power by declaring himself a NETERU. And so I'm going to share, of course, I'm pretty sure you all know about the Great Pyramid. And so I'm going to share some of the functions of the Great the Great Aku. And one thing that is not discussed that often when we think of the Great Pyramid is it being an astronomical observatory. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the Grand Gallery, which was perfectly lined north and south as an opening to the southern sky, which made for a wonderful observational sky view for looking up into the sky for the purpose of studying star maps, weather dictators, and consciousness effectors. So here's some more meta terms for builder or to build. The Ka'as, the Kanemu, which is builder, mason, cook. Kasut is for building, and Kes is to build and builder. Here are some more terms in the meta. Here's some more terms for stonebreaker and quarryman. The Ubeit Anir, the Neter Kurti Neter, he was a quarryman, a miner, a stonemason for mortuary, and a mason. The Mat Root, the Ruti, the living granite rock. So this is something very interesting that I found as well in my research. And so this tool that I'm going to show you was an astronomical instrument of King Tut. So the description goes, this L-shaped tool was known as a merkhet in ancient Kemet. Such tools were fixed with the plumb bob to ensure the tool was level or on a level surface. It has been suggested that this merkhet may have been used in surveying and stargazing the night sky. However, like other merkhets, this device shares many features with L-shaped shadow clocks used for telling time through a shadow cast by the sun. This example was inscribed on both sides with a dedicatory inscription of Tutankhamun. So here's a really good picture of it. I'm going to make this bigger. And you can see the writings with the translation. And so side one said, the perfect netter who acts with his arms for his father Amun, who placed him upon his thrones, king of upper and lower Kemet, Neb Kepere, Neb of the manifestations of Re, son of Re, Tutankhamun, living image of Amun, ruler of upper Kemetian Heliopolis, renewal of the monument of the father of his father, Menkhu, enduring one of the manifestations of Re, son of Re, Tehuti Mos. Tehuti is born, radiant of crowns, given life like Re forever and ever. So that's the first side, and then this is the other side of this instrument. And this reads, perfect netter, Neb of the two lands, Neb of ritual, Neb of appearance, Nepakupere, Neb of the manifestations of Re, son of Re, of his body, whom he loves, Neb of every foreign land, Tutankhamun, living image of Amun, ruler of upper Egyptian Heliopolis, renewal of the monument of the father of his father, Menkhu, enduring one of the manifestations of Re. Oh, this is the same. Okay, I read this twice. Or no, it's not. I think this, okay, this is different. The language is very similar. Renewal of the monument of the father of his father, Menkhu, enduring one of the manifestation of Re, Lord of appearances, Tehuti Mos. Tehuti is born, radiant of crowns, given life, stability, and dominion, so that he and his Ka are happy like Re forever. And here is a picture of it. And so this is super impressive. This is new information you all may have known, but I was not aware of this aspect of the Great Pyramid. Make this a little bigger so you can see it a little bit better. The meridian stellar alignments of the shafts within the Great Aku, 2450 BC. So what this illustration is, is the grand galleries or the shafts that are in perfect alignment with the so-called Orion's belt. So it has on there, this is reconstructing the story of Osiris or Asar. And then under it is Sirius, which is Isis. And then you have in alignment with the Ursa Minor, which Ani Ptah shared with us in his last presentation, not last week, but the week before that. And then you see a shaft in alignment with the Alpha Draconius. And so I am super curious how they are able to do this. So this obviously was very intentional. And so this is absolutely mind-blowing, magnificent, definitely on a whole nother level of intelligence for Khufu to be able to do this. These are our amazing distant, our amazing famous distant relatives. If the Aku wasn't already beyond definable and on a level that cannot be duplicated, is extremely, extremely nefer. And so in this illustration, we can see more information about the solar alignment of the Giza Aku causeways with the seasonal locations of the sunrise of the eastern horizon. And so in this illustration, this is showing the alignment with the so-called winter solstice, the South Cross, the spring autumn, the North Cross, and the summer solstice. So Richard Anthony Proctor was a 19th century astronomer who, intrigued by the writings of a Roman philosopher, first developed the theory that the Great Pyramids had been designed as an astronomical observatory. Proctor surmises that the Grand Gallery, a huge graduated slot sitting perfectly on the meridian and considered an architectural masterpiece, was used to observe the transit of the stars. And so this photo is looking south, which is up in the Grand Gallery and the Great Pyramids. So in the Aku, there is, it's just, the more that, I'm learning about the followers of Ma'at and our distant, but actually really close, famous relatives, this is why we can see why so many people are interested and marveled by the Akus. They probably go there and they probably don't know all the different aspects to the Aku. We just know of it as one of the 7 wonders of the world. But I think even through all the research, there's still to this day different new information that is being discovered about the creations and the inventions and the greatness of our ancestors. And so the original star maps were created by our ancestors. And so I received the vision for my presentation like 2 weeks ago. And so to see Saba's teaching about Nibiru and Ishtar and teaching about the Anunnaki leaving the planet to go upward was very, very, it gave me confirmation on the alignment of kind of what's happening in the house of Aten. And so I also had received, for some reason, a vision to go back and watch one of Saba's teaching on the Killer Priest podcast. And I'll share that with you later. But Saba taught and teaches about Naphtopleia being one of the original star maps and how the followers of Kemet were so in line with nature and the universe and the stars. And here is a photo of Naphtopleia. The Kemetians having these star maps were reconstructed stories of Asar, Osiris. What the Greeks call Orion was Asar, Osiris. The earliest Kemetians believed that Sirius was the home of departed souls. This is interesting. With the ceremony that we just had, the ritual that we had for Primordial Thought 9's mother, this is really beautiful. And so they also maintain that emanations from the region of Sirius vivified all living creatures. This too is believed by the Dogon. And so this is from Robert K.G. Temple's book, The Sirius Mystery, talking about the Sirius star or planet. So, who is my favorite famous rock stars? My favorite famous rock star are our distant relatives: Ishtar, Imhotep, Khufu, Tehuti, and all the creators of the star maps and builders of the Aku. The followers of Ma'at are the real rock stars. I'm gonna source this book, but stuff just comes to me, and like I said, it's very magical. It's very much a lot of synchronicity. But this is a paragraph from a book I found in my research, and it says, "In every stone the NETERU live, in the bushes, in the eyes of children, and every stone lies truth. One could behold in the hand, in every breath we speak, what we know, being what we are. I am a man of good intentions. I know a neter or crocodile when I see one. I know the branches that make the tree. I know the sap that rises and falls and the fidelity from which blossom springs. And I've heard of horrors awaiting men who never see the actions of NETERU in things. I heard talk of blood and sinew, but I know worse than this must be the shock of falling from earth, of becoming less than gnats flung from the hand of the neter. It is not death I fear, it is unbeing and uselessness of having never been." If you have not watched the Master Teacher Saba Tehuti on the KP episode of The Origin of Religion, Book of the Dead, Hermetic Star Map, and Easter episode of the Killer Priest show, you will see that our Saba shares in detail that our famous distant relatives are the real rock stars. Tour for your attention. Keep shining. And I am done.
Put them shades back on, brother.
Oh, let's go. The doors.
Nice.
The NETERU. Our ancestors are the real rock stars. You get it? Rock. Pyramid builders, stars. We created the stars, the star maps. We study the stars. We travel the stars. We are the real rock stars. Our ancestors are not only are the people of Kemet our distant relatives, but also the universe, the planet, the stars are also our famous distant relatives. As far as Ra, the sun is from us, it is a star, and that is our distant relative.
Tap to our great brother. To our great brother. That was excellent, my brother. That's what it's about, my brother. It's about giving adoration to our ancestors, to the Neter, and acknowledging them, acknowledging the brilliance that they brought forth with building, and the wisdom that they imparted upon us, and the example of them letting us know who we are. That's what's so beautiful, brother. As you teach us about our ancestors, we develop knowledge of self, because we are the NETERU. This was what was so beautiful about looking back at Saba's teachings, because different things are being revealed when you go back. Like you said you went back and you caught some stuff you probably didn't catch when he was teaching. Like I'm like, every time I go back and see an old teaching, an old lesson, an old class or something, it just hits different. It resonates different. I just want to thank you for your presentation, brother, because I know what it takes to create these presentations, especially for me being a baby, and sitting down. I can't just sit down and do anything. Like, it has to come to my Eve. Like, it has to hit, like how you connected the rock, the star, and the builder. Imhotep being a great builder, and also a doctor. Just the synchronicities. I was talking about Imhotep earlier this week too. At my job, I was speaking about him to someone. I'm just teaching, and I didn't even realize I was teaching. I was just talking. We were just talking, and they were like, "Oh man, I learned so much from you." And I started laughing because I didn't even realize that that I was teaching. I was just talking. We was just having a normal conversation. And that's also one of the things that Saba pointed out to us, that we'll be able to the further along in our journey of elevating ourselves, the further along we get, we'll be able to have we'll be able to use different things that people say, to be able to draw them into the truth, You know, we'll be able to connect the dots with just normal things in the matrix that people talk about. So this was great, you know, in your presentation, brother, as we get acquainted with the NETERU, with who we are, man. That's really the most important thing. And just in understanding who we are, I want to touch on the importance of the example that they set, the example that they left behind, in the details, and the thought that went into everything, the patience. I want to give adoration right now to the NETERU, to us, to what we're building, as we build, rebuild Kemet. You know, I want to give adoration to the NETERU, to us, and just give adoration to their patience, to what it took to grow, to elevate. You know, the detail that that went into every single thing that they did. You know, and looking at some of the old teachings and watching Saba's example of patience as he's breaking things down and teaching us. You know, it's something to be admired. It's something to celebrate. You know, it's something to aspire to. It's something to, you know, to rise to. So, you know, I want to speak on that, because it's very important that we consciously try to remain in that frequency. It's very, very, very important, because it allows us to think clear. It allows you know, it allows us to connect the dots better. Not to mention, it's just a great vibration to be in. You know, to remain calm, to be able to see clear. You know, to be able to focus your thoughts consciously, to achieve a particular goal, whatever that is. You know, and that's what made the NETERU who they are. That ability to focus their energy consciously on a particular thing to achieve something. So, you know, great brother, I wanna commend you on the work that you do. Standing next to you, my good brother, it's an honor, and wanna give a, you know, adoration to the great brother Primordial Thought. May you move RENNUNET in peace, great brother. And I just want to say that this frequency of what we're building right here, I've been having so much magic happen that I consciously can't deny what's going on. You know, I can't say that I don't witness the magic as it's happening. I am giving 100% focused attention and acknowledgement to the magic, to the Heka, as it's happening in real time. So I want to salute you, my great brother, Henu, to you in your presentation. And yeah, that's what I want to say, brother. That's what's on my Eve, you know. The power of patience, the power of conscious thought, of being able to remain calm, so you're able to see. And one more thing too, while I'm talking about being calm, right? You know, the matrix, the false matrix teaches us that, you know, the route to take is to, you know, express ourselves on the negative side of the spectrum, the negative side of the scale, to get hyped up and scream and yell, and to demonstrate the you know, to behave in a way that's out of fashion. You know, it's out of character. And for a lot of us, that's how we're taught, you know, to express our anger in a negative way, you know, to express our frustrations in a negative way, to release, which is natural. A release, when you take in, you have to release. That's a natural, that's something that naturally happens. But how you release is very important. It's very important that when we release our frustration, that we do it consciously, and that we remain calm, and understanding the power in that. There's so much power, because we're taught that it's weak to, you know, that it's weak to remain calm, and that it's powerful to to get angry and yell and scream, but it's just the opposite. You know, I just want to point that out, that, you know, witnessing the behavior of the netter and the example that they left behind, the power is in remaining calm and staying focused and, you know, focusing your energy consciously in a directed purpose, you know, whether that's on either side of the scale, but you know that there's a consequence for everything that we do. So I just want to just celebrate the netter as you are doing and celebrating ourselves. So Anuka, sorry, and Hinu to you, great brother.
Nini up, great brother. Like you said, we don't know our stories. We don't know our ancestors. It's not really celebrated as it should be of their accomplishments. And so I'm a baby. I'm just learning this information. And so as I gather information and learn how to research and explore and have the courage, as all of you brothers on the panel and as our master teacher, Saba Tehuti, it's an honor to bring forth this information so we can return to ourselves, so we can know who we are, know who our families are, and draw power from that, and draw protection from that. And that's why I chose the Cobra goddess, so that I can emanate protection for all of us. Because as our Saba taught in the last Meta class, if you're in this energy and you're not being attacked, something is not quite right. And so Atef, you said, earlier that, some things have happened, and because you're in this energy, you're able to get through. And so I definitely have been attacked lately, 1000% on the front line. And so I am drawing strength from our Saba Tehuti, and it's a very beautiful, magical journey. Welcome back, Ani Ptah.
Hotep, great brother. Tua for this wonderful gathering of the Aut, of the Abet, of the Karu. Again, this the wonderful synchronicity that continues to happen is just beautiful. So first, I want to, of course, say Tua for playing the hymn to Aten at the intro of your presentation. Sets the tone beautifully. So Tua for that. Let's see, the word that you showed for architect, which then again, let's go back into more of the synchronicity that happens. So that word, which is kerp. So the H with the little line underneath it is the K sound. It's the sieve. So it's Ker for architect, Kerp. So another beautiful synchronicity, and Tua for showing that image that you showed from the grammar book. Took a screenshot of it because I really liked that. Let me see. I got a folder of your classes, from stuff that I get from your classes. So let me go to that folder. So let me see. Okay, here we go. Yeah, here, I'll share it so people can see it too. So this right here, when you showed this, placed me the overseer of works. And I love how you showed works, the Kat, which of course we know the Ka, and for the actual feminine principle of sustenance, which creates the word for the body too, is the same word for works, right? And so this word is powerful because people in today's time, when it comes to what they call spirituality, what we know of as Aku, is they separate the two. They separate the spiritual and the physical. You know, doing you know, again with utilizing the sound vibrational tone versus putting in the work to receive that. And that's this word right here is so powerful, and that you show that it means works, and how it goes back to the works that it's speaking about is building. So it's literally the ka, the soul, the spirit, which with that feminine principle word is the word for building something. So the merge of the two is so powerful to me. I love that, and I love that you pointed that out. And then the KERP, the officer in charge, the leader of that which is and that which is not. Because what I was efficient, which is your name, Menkhu, the efficient one. So I love how you threw that in there.
I didn't even catch that.
Yep. Menkhu. And because I was excellent, that I love that word, the Eker, and I broke that down in my scribal school class, observing reality, and what the Eker is and how that's an epithet of Tehuti and why it represents excellence, right? Focus your Eve entirely upon excellence. So again, another synchronicity of just how we're all in connection with our consciousness and the teaching. So I was excellent in his Eve. So that was beautiful. And it made me look up because these words are so powerful. And I saw in one of the glyphs, it looked like the Sikkim scepter. And so I looked it up, and then the Kerpu, the controller of the controllers, to be in control, is the same glyph for the Sekemu, the mighty one. So this you're teaching on the words that we just introduced for the members in your presentation, and that you started 2 weeks ago. So this is amazing. So I just want to share that. That was great. Fantastic, great, brother. The words that you showed for relatives as well, you know, more words for relatives. And the word that you showed, one of them was who, the who, which is beautiful, especially those who are in the MERETSEGER class, where Saba Tehuti broke down the who and the sa, and he showed it in the 12 judges classes that he just did, the with the who and the sa being two of the judges there, but he didn't give any explanations because he broke that down in the MERETSEGER class. And sa is also another word for relative as well. So these words are so beautiful. These words are so powerful because they mean so many things at the same time. So Tua for giving us more words to look into. And of course the NETERU, MERETSEGER, another serpent, NETERU, which is beautiful, and I love to see it. I love to see it because of all of what the teachings on the serpent are, and the raising up, and how we you know, the RENNUNET. So we're that each thing that you showed and you presented, it's just beautiful how it's just telling this story in line the way that it is. So Tua for bringing her forward and showing her the great Pa'ut, the great ancestors, Imhotep and Khufu, and very, very powerful. Imhotep is absolutely amazing. Yeah, you showed some of the titles that he held, and you know, and what he was able to accomplish. Just excellence. He was the representation of Eker, of excellence, and which is absolutely beautiful. And so was Khufu. And one thing that that was a complete matrix breaker that Saba Tehuti gave really to the world is when, you know, he's had debates on the what they call the pyramid of Khufu, the Akut, Khufu, and you know, he showed how, you know, through the one attestation that there is when speaking of the building of it, how it's truly talking about the limestone. So with Khufu even doing that and saying, you know, what he did and putting 144,000 limestone, right, blocks around the great Aku, the Aku Mer, was phenomenal. And yeah, there isn't much left of those Pa'ut at all, which is unfortunate. But we have their rins, we have their names, and we have some of their works, which has lasted, you know, for a very long time. So and so Tua for continuing their rins and teaching on them, and you know, because we're the ones who keep each other alive. So more meta words, the builder, Kimenu, which I love that word too, the Kimenu, which is the 8, the number 8, and goes back to what they call the Ogdoad. You know, at the beginning of creation, another creation story dealing with the 8, the Kimenu, and Kes, you know, the word that you popularized, Kes, as a builder. So Tua for those words, and NETERU, which is I'll close it off with this one. The when you show NETERU, which of course is the realm of the sound vibrational realm, the Ker again, and how the stone masons, the quarry masons, they were also called NETERU. And so because we always taught in the as above, so below principle, we always taught in at least the duality of the two realms. You know, so it's just beautiful that we have access to this, and the Medu Netter, which teaches this, and it's just amazing. It's amazing. So Tua to you, great brother. Hotep for that. Oh, we got one more back here. Astronomical unit of King Tut. Tua for sharing that. That was a beautiful ancestral artifact that you showed, and showing the Meta Netter. You know, it's you know, this Naptaplaya. You put a lot of information in here, so Tua for that. That was, I love Naptaplaya, studying that, and you know, 12,000 BCE, and you know, being able to track, you know, have those star maps at that point in time, just shows. And that's way deeper in the south, you know, and that's why people don't like to talk about it. They always want to, you know, you got to all around the Nile Valley, the whole followers of Ma'at throughout the entire Nile Valley were just amazing. So yeah, Tua for being a great representation, a beautiful representation of the NETERU, and of a Kerp yourself, overseer, a leader yourself, and presenting this this beautiful Nefer presentation of literal family reunion. So Hinu to the NETERU, Hinu to you, great brother, and you know, peace and love to you, Tua, for this Nefer presentation. I hope you all are support this presentation, support this great brother. The links are at the top of the chat. Links are in the bio. The links scrolling here at the bottom. So utilize these links. Show your support for the great brother. And I'll put the link in the chat if anyone wants to come up and also give reciprocity that way as well. through sound vibrational tone. So there's the link. Come up if you all would like to speak.
This is what I'm talking about. Nini Ani Ptah. This is what I'm talking about. The earliest Cometians believed that Sirius was the home of departed souls. Why did I put that? How does that happen? How did that happen? That's from the book, The Sirius Mystery. And today we are honoring Primordial Thought 9's boots. How does that happen? I don't, that is amazing to me. I don't even, that's almost borderline scary. That's borderline, that's borderline scary.
Yeah, it's very powerful. I remember I used to say I'm glad I went through all of what I went through, because it can be that way. People would get scared being with me because I would point out certain things. I would say certain things. I'd say, hey, this is finna show up. Watch when we go over here, hit this left, you're gonna see a license plate with 4 7s on it. And when it happens, people would get scared because the magic is, we don't realize we have this power, and that how everything is in alignment, working with each other. And as we come up out of the matrix, we start to see it more. It's always there. It's always happening. And even with what we're seeing, we're still missing a lot. But we're pointing out far more than what everyone else is able to do. And it's a very deep topic, and I would love to have a show on that specifically, because that's a very powerful topic, and to be a part of that is it's an honor. It's an honor. It's beautiful.
Ani Ptah, say again what you described when we know things we don't know. What is that? What's that one again?
It's what they call clear cognizance.
Clear cognizance, because it's the 4 C's, right? The 4 C's.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. That's one of the reasons why coming across Ma'at and the NETERU, because prior to that, right, they always make it seem like you're one or the other, but learning the MERETSEGER and learning these stories, they represented all of them. I mean, literally, it's what the Uwachit is. And mastering all of the senses, and being able to do that. And it's a very powerful thing. And it's just very magical to know something, and then to come across information and our entire culture to validate what you already innately knew within you, because it's a consciousness. And there's some powerful Hekha'u happening right now at this time, and for us to rise Rezi up and wake up to who we are and who we've always been, and to be able to provide these Hekha'u tones for ourselves and for our loved ones, our ancestors, and this is literally what all the ancestors did every day, all day, was just imbuing themselves in preparation for the traversing of the NETERU and what all that represented. So every single class, every single thing that we do, it's literally about that. And so when these things begin to happen, it's just like when you have a test and you study for the test. You've been studying weeks prior. You've studied it, you've been testing yourself. You give someone else, hey, test me, and here comes the test, and now you're fully confident in your ability in what's going to happen in this test, because you've already been practicing, versus when you wait till the night before and you're trying to read real quick and trying to study, and now here comes the test, and it's like, oh man, now I'm nervous. Now I'm not very confident, and it's just it's a different level. Same thing when it comes to performing. When you practice and you practice and you practice, now when it's time to perform, it becomes flawless. And people actually tend to forget when nervousness comes up. Now your memory starts to fade. You forget certain things. So to live out this life every single day and to practice every single day for that moment, and for the moment that our Kuru become Pa'ut. I'm just thankful. I'm grateful, and I'm happy that we are representations of that. And yeah, it's beautiful. So yeah, Tua for this beautiful presentation. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, now that I can't play videos, I have to dig deeper. I have to really kind of, be in a place where I receive the information and relay it. And so I love videos. I'm a visual person. So this is a part of the growth. So I'm a baby, but I'm going to keep learning. I'm going to keep learning all that I can. So I can be in alignment.
Yeah, now you're the video.
Exactly. You gotta you can still do the videos. You just gotta be careful with them. You just gotta do them a certain way, You gotta,
yeah, I'm looking at the free licensed ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I love telling the stories through with the videos. But I like using the real videos, the real news articles, court cases, stuff like that to tell the story. But yeah, that's what it's about, brothers. It's about imbuing ourselves in this energy, and actually the self-realization of who we are. So it's beautiful. I'm totally with you, brothers, and I'm glad to be a baby, because when we was talking about the mental health aspect of getting the information too fast, then you'll crash out, because it's a lot of information to take in. But not only the information, not only it being a lot of information to take in, just the truth, just digesting the truth that we think we know, because it's about unlearning and relearning. So this truth that we think we know, once you realize what you thought you knew isn't what it actually is, it is scary. It's definitely scary, but at the same time, it's beautiful. So it's not as scary, because I rather know than not know. So I rather know the truth than to not know the truth, because it was more scary when I didn't know the truth. It's just you didn't know what it was you were supposed to be scared of. So that's even worse. So welcome, great brother.
Hotep.
Welcome to the panel, brother. The nets are on the wall. There we go. Hotep.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you good, brother.
Okay, Hotep, bro. Hotep Menkhu. Hotep.
Hotep.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I realized also, Atef, that when I'm now, because I'm currently not using my car right now, so I'm taking public transportation, and I'm getting a great relief of just expressing what we learned from Sabbath Tehuti, and it's a great relief on our ib, on our heart. And I realized, like what Menkhu just said before, that if we we have to we have to express our ib, our heart, because you know that's what they want. They want us to be heavy, so when our karma, like Saba told us, our energy will be taken from us in the NETERU. So we want to be light as a feather, like Saba said, be balanced in Ma'at and not get caught up into the chaos and the isfet. So I realize when the people be saying the same thing, and I be telling them, you think what I'm telling you is deep, then you need to come to the class on Saturday and listen to Saba Tehuti and realize you know the information is it's amazing. And also I want to point out too one more thing that I was surprised also we're having on Wednesday I was having a conversation with somebody in regards to, you know, Christianity. So, and I realized that, you know, the KKK and these white supremacists have done a great job, because we no longer have to they no longer have to go outside with the cross and with the regalia, because it's already implemented in our minds already. Because I try to express to the brother that, you know, the MERETSEGER was Tehuti, what they so-called Thoth, is you know the writings of the NETERU, and he was from Nigeria, and he told me, and then he went and Googled it, and he pulled up the Iliad, the 9, and said that the 9 are demons. That's what he said. They're evil, and I was like, wow, they really did a good job, man. The white supremacists, man. And I told him to his face, I said, you're racist against yourself, against your own people. You're racist against, because without those ancestors who are physicians, doctors, the originators of math and science, without them we won't have anything what we have today. So, you know, to the house of ATTON, you know, it's a blessed time that, you know, that we're able to, you know, to come out and speak, you know, from our ib. That's gonna allow us to be light as a feather.
Yes, to our great brother for your Nefer Medu, and to our for letting that brother know, because sometimes you need that direct. You need to be that direct sometimes, because you're absolutely correct. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, but you know, it's all about you know, being the representation of, and you know, when it comes to, and that's the beautiful thing you speak about, you know, Tehuti and the MERETSEGER and words and language, and when we look into these words, no one really knows what they're saying. You know, so even saying that statement is something that, yeah, it means that today, but that's actually not what it used to mean. You know, so for I already know you're gonna represent, you're gonna tell people, you know, straight up what it is, and that's what needs to be done. So for you for that.
Speaking of Tehuti, yesterday when he was answering the question regarding, I think it was one of the first questions about the Anunnaki, and he mentioned Marduk. Y'all know who that is? Y'all know who that is? Because I've heard Billy Carson say that Marduk is Tehuti in the Bible. So I think Saba, the way he teaching, of course, like the things that he's teaching on now, and some of what Billy Carson teaches about the Anunnaki is becoming pretty interesting.
Yeah, I've you know, heard him say that, and there's a lot of things I've heard him say. When I heard him say Ra was evil, I heard him say that. But yeah, Marduk, Metatron, they took Tehuti and put him into a lot of different writings of different beings. I've seen a lot of information on Marduk. So yeah, it's that class yesterday was amazing. He put.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Who is he, Ani? Who's Marduk? Because I've only heard him mention it, and then Saba had it in the reading. Who is? Do you want to speak on it? I ain't trying to be controversial. I don't know who he is.
Well, I mean, he's it would definitely need a class, but he's just one of the deities, one of the gods of what they call in Babylon, what they call Mesopotamia, and he's just written about because they connect the Bible, and Hebrew Israelites do this. I spoke about this a little bit. They'll connect the Anunnaki, the writings of the Ki and attribute them to the Bible, right, and Babylon. But it would definitely that'd be a great question because there's a lot of information, Baal, Bel, but yeah, he's very prevalent. So yeah, there we go. We need Anu to come up and give a class on Marduk. There we go. There's your doorway.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Come on, Anu, let's talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So very powerful information that he brought forth yesterday. I've never seen a class that concise about the origins of humanity and speaking about where the transfer and the jump from in consciousness came from what they call the missing link, and it really amazes me how they leave out these ancient stories, and when we speak about 40,000-50,000 years ago and how that was the great leap in consciousness, and then we look at the King's List and we see that goes back to that time as well, and so all these different the Zep-Tepi, so all these stories, you take them and put them all together, and Saba Tehuti just did an amazing job at taking the story of the Anunnaki and biological imperative and advancement, and gave the most concise teaching I've ever seen on that. So anyone can take that class and save themselves years of searching and research, of figuring out who what are we, where do we come from, are we really apes, or what are we, and going into the vestigial traits, and I ain't never it's just powerful. So I'm thankful. I hope everyone who watches and who's a part of the House of Aten is also subscribed to the Tehuti pod class, and go over to the Saba and ask your questions. There's I know I sent him a question. I heard him speak one time about reincarnating as a bull. I heard him say that one time, so I sent that question in. I want to know more about that. There's another question I want to send in about a meta-netta word. It's we have the great Saba here, so as we've been saying since the beginning, to not take advantage of this time. What does it say? Billy Carson said Tehuti taught. I heard him say he's seen the bed. He said he seen the bed. He said the bed was right here. I went and seen it. I seen the bed there that he laid in when he was in Egypt.
Yes, that way. Ooh, yes, that way.
Yeah, they got that. I heard that story too. I think that's on a recent interview, but I've heard him speak on that a lot though. But you know what though? What you said is true though, because you could save yourself a whole lot of time if you're at the stage that I was at, and I think that's what you're speaking to, Ani, where you're trying to understand the story of the Anunnaki and the NETERU and the early origins of the Homo sapiens sapien. Yeah, if you take yesterday's class, you just go watch yesterday's podcast, that'll save you a whole bunch of Emerald Tablet talk. You know, it'll save you a whole bunch of lies. You'll be able to sift through it. So I totally agree with you. That was an excellent class yesterday.
Yeah, I'm getting ready. I think my brain and my coup is ready for learning about the Zep-Tepi when the NETERU were here 40,000 years ago. I think my little brain might not break, but I'm ready for Saba to address that time of the Zep-Tepi, and he has dropped some jewels on that, but like a full, you know what I mean, like deep dive on the Zep-Tepi. I'm here for that.
And Menkhu, this book right here got Marduk all in it. Can you see it?
A little bit. What is it?
It's called Before the Muses. I don't know if you could put me bigger. Let me see.
It's a little glare of the light in it. Yeah.
Let me hold it on my chest. It says
you can see it right there. That's perfect.
Okay, Before the Muses.
Yeah, by the author. Now look how fat it is. The book is 1,000 pages. Remember Saba say it's 40,000 tablets. This is Before the Muses, an anthology of Akkadian literature. It is so vast. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Like every story that Saba talked about with the Anunnaki is pretty much in that book. So I bought it. The author of it. The author's name is Benjamin R. Foster, and he was on Killer Priest. He was on that platform after Saba. So I picked the book up after that because I was at that point where I was like, how do we fit into this? You know, trying to understand it. You know, the Anunnaki, Zechariah, Sitchin, however you say his name. I was really trying to figure it out. You know, what was our link to the NETERU? So that was an excellent class Saba did. So
yeah, he had taught a class previously on the followers of Ma'at connection to the Anunnaki. Now, last night it went deeper. He really opened the door, and that was a very beautiful thing. So now, you know, it's definitely more interested in that knowledge.
But yeah, that's a book with a lot of the tablets, brother. A lot of Akkadian, Babylonian, a lot of the tablets, a lot of the stories.
Have you all fully read through the Atrahasis?
No.
Yeah, you have to read that for sure. You'll see where so many of where the biblical stories come from directly. You'll read it, and yeah, you should definitely read that for sure. If anyone hasn't read that, definitely take the time to read the Atrahasis tablets.
Can you put the spelling of that in the chat, Ani?
It's in this book. Again?
Can you put the spelling of that in the private chat?
It's in this book, Menkhu.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of the most famous stories of the tablets.
Yeah, everyone should read that for sure. There's good audiobooks on YouTube as well.
Y'all some straight scholars.
Yeah, it's in this book as well as the Enuma Elish as well.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all dropping some jewels right now.
Hey, listen. When I bought the book, I didn't even know what I was buying. I bought this and I bought the Emerald tablets. I didn't know. I bought the book called the NETERU with no NETERU in there. I had no idea. I was just buying books, bro. So I got a bunch of the real and a bunch of the fake. But it's beautiful once you're able to see clearer, as Ani pointed out. You know, being able to use our senses to being able to master our senses and be able to see. So, you know, I didn't know what I was buying, but my Eve knew. My Eve knew and was guiding me and directing me. So it's very, very, very important that we listen to our heart.
Yes, and you know, it's a journey, you know. When I come across the Emerald tablets, it was a huge jump in consciousness from where I was at. That was really the first time I heard Tehuti's name, or as Thoth, was from the Emerald tablets. And from where I was at, that helped me a lot. It helped me to first time I heard words of power. But it's a journey, you know, as we continue to learn more and then actually start to source, because that's a whole that right there is the key that is because you don't automatically well, I know I didn't automatically assume that people were like making things up and attributing certain things to other sources. I didn't really, you know, have that understanding. So when I come across that information, you know, it was great information at the time. You know, the 7 principles, the universal law, you know, that was great information at the time, you know. So it helped me a lot. Same thing with the Kabbalion, you know, and the 3 initiates. It's like, who is the 3 initiates? But then as we begin to source it and we see, and now when you study the NETERU, you see, of course, where it all comes from, and you see it all throughout the NETERU. It exists in almost every. You find it existing throughout every aspect of Kemet, and why these concepts were then taken and consolidated into other writings that other people would write. And of course, still giving tribute to Tehuti, just not saying his name and actual archaeology, and showing that it actually goes back to him, and then the creation of Atlantis, and now Tehuti comes from Atlantis, then created Kemet, and so now you're taking it back to you know, the beings that are associated with the Greeks, and so they start just making, when you're coming into it, you don't know that. Like, you know, it takes time to research that and to come across this information. But Tehuti's consciousness still exists clearly within it, because that was my guide that led me here. Tehuti was the guide. Tehuti was the one who answered my questions when I was asking questions. You know, what is this? What I'm experiencing, I'm seeing all these things. What is this? Because I don't know. I don't have the answers. And started to slowly give me answers. Because like you said, you know, if you're just flooded with information and then your entire existence and reality is just ripped from you, it takes a different level of strength to be able to maintain and collect your mind enough to accept what's happening. Because if you don't accept it, that's when people tend to lose it. So it's a gradual process, and everyone's speed is different. So you know, it's a wonderful thing. So Squano says, Emerald, is that yellow or blue? It's actually yellow and blue put together, which is green. So yeah, Tua for showing that book. That's a great book. Menkhu, I put the link in the back chat for you.
Tua for that. I grabbed that. Yes, I got that. And that's the book that Saba showed yesterday as well. So Hino to you, Hino to the NETERU. And now I'm starting to see the conquistadors and the scholars and the research. That's where the thieves live. Yay! Let's give a hand to the conquistadors, the thieves, the white supremacists. You've stolen so much. Ooh, it just goes back so far. So much for you to steal. Y'all the thief of thieves, boy. Yeah. Alibaba and the 40 thieves. That's who y'all are.
Yeah. Also, that we should be teaching our children these stories, because a lot of times, our children going to sleep, going through the Upes dreams and having pre-life, pre-existences in their Upes in their dreams, and they're going to their parents, asking their parents for answers, and all we're giving them is fables and fairy tales, when all these stories was taken from our ancient ancestors that we should be implementing in our daily lives. But it's unfortunate that the system is trying to prevent us from scaring us away from our truth.
Yeah, that's a great point. And that's a fantastic point. That's one of the reasons why I'm so happy and proud to be a part of this is for to be able to provide this to the children, and to have answers and to show them actual ancestors and NETERU who were represented as children, as you're represented as a NETERU as a child, and one of them is Heka. Hekau, magic. He's represented as a child. He does the child pose. He's a child, and to be able to teach the children that is, oh my goodness. I mean, to take that from such a young age. When you have that, I don't understand. Like, when people are digressing, consciousness is moving backwards. We should be able to levitate right now. We should be able to lift off the ground, and it's beautiful. So that's one of the major things that I'm excited about, and being able to pass down and teach to the young ones, and allow their consciousness to continue to stay where it naturally is, in that state, instead of all the programming that goes into it. Now you're taking away their power. Oh, you didn't see that. You didn't experience that. You're hearing things. Go to bed. Man.
And we don't, unfortunately the parents don't even have no time, because they have to go to work, and to pay the bills, and how everything's going up, the mental slavery prices is going up even higher now. It's ridiculous, man, that they constantly want to keep us away from our Ib and our Utet, and keep us away from the truth of Ma'at, to go back into mental slavery again. Without us, we won't pay. Like I told him as well. I said, if we're not enslaved, if we're not still in that mental slavery now, quit your job and go outside and see if the government or Jesus is gonna come down and pay your bills. Because it's not gonna happen.
Right. Again, that's what Menkhu showed in that word, the kat, with his works, and I was listening to some documentary. I forget what it was. What was they teaching on? I listen to so many things and read, but I just remember one thing it pointed out to me, and he said that they were that the Cometians on a specific thing was lazy, and I was like, who is this talking? Because I mean, yeah, it's wonderful, you know, to be able to imbue yourself and to take the teachings of life here and after, and to apply it to the means of which you're able to provide and build it into the family. Yeah, they've completely destroyed that and taken that away. And you're right. It takes all the energy and time away from the parents to be able to properly raise their children. And even when you send them, you know, the children would go to the different schools, the per uncs, right? And you can trust that when they're there, you know, and even when raising and teaching, everything is a lesson, you know, in ancient times. And now it's completely not like that. You know, you send your child to school, you know, if they're going whatever classes that they're gonna have, you got to correct them. You got to correct what they come home and say, hey, look at this, I learned this. And you know, and you have to reteach them. So there's a lot of work to be done that we have to do, and that we're beginning and building up, and doing what we're doing now is just a very beginning inception of something amazing that we have the opportunity, each of us, to play our parts and build in something real and lasting. So the ones coming up after us, you know, have the opportunity to stay within this consciousness and stay within this frequency, and be wealthy all the way around, right? Healthy, whole, complete. Don't have to have their reality snatched. They're already raised up in knowing that they're in the illusion, and this matrix is and what this is, and what the original matrix was. And the children that are coming up under us are going to be geniuses compared to everyone else. They're you know, their peers are going to be far removed. So what we're doing is very special, and everyone who's playing a part in this should be extremely proud and of what they're doing and what they're a part of, and helping to build this.
Hello to you, great brothers. You just gave me my next presentation. I'm ready.
Yes. All right. Hotep, everyone. Tua. You know, we appreciate love and appreciate and love each and every one of you. I'm gonna show the support that has come through Tua for all the great Meru. Who assist us in weaving this this reality that we're speaking about here now publicly with everyone, and the visions that we have. It's you all who help to weave that. So we definitely want to give you your adoration. All right, so let me share the let's share the screen. Peace, Tanya 23 experience. Peace to you, sister. She says, peace, family. Uncle Jasineb. Uncle Jasineb. All right. And we showed your support prior to the lesson today, so we appreciate your support. Oh, and while you're here, in case you do not go back, I hope you do go back, but when you send in support, be sure to send it into the House of Aten, and not Teachings of Ma'at. That's our old name previous to becoming the House of Aten. So be sure to utilize the House of Aten links, Sister Tua. All right. So first, let's start with Nook Poo, who sends in 333 for Henu, Nefer, Neter, Menkhu for the Ra Star. To our Nook Poo, very extremely consistent Maru in every way. So we appreciate you and everything that you're doing. Who put seriously with the spelling serious. Another wonderful, and he knows the MERETSEGER, so putting these words together it becomes fun seeing how these sound vibrational tones all connect. All right, Tua. All right, next we have Eric G. That's it, who sent in 333 for support. Henu, and to our great brother, Eric G, another fantastic Kuru of the Per Aten. We appreciate you and the support that you give, and you always offer yourself for anything that we need. So, with that we're extremely appreciative. So, Tua and Henu to you. All right, next we have Anu and Antu, who sent $20 for tip for Menkhu distant relatives presentation. Tua. Yes, Tua and Henu, Anu and Antu. We appreciate you, the latest Kuru of the Per Aten, the latest household members. We appreciate you and the support that you give, and for the Nefer Medu that you give as well, and how you all speak and represent each other. So Tua and Henu. All right, next we have Oxafek, who sends in 1572 for Tua Nefer Senu. Great work, Menkhu. Another fantastic Kuru, Oxafek, the calm one with the axe. We appreciate you, great brother, who is extremely consistent in every way. And we appreciate you, a great MERETSEGER student as well. Saba Tehuti's MERETSEGER Mondays classes, a great student. And we appreciate you and your consciousness as well. So Tua and Hotep to you. Oh, and here's Eric G again, who sent in 222 for Tua for that presentation. Was amazing. Yes, we appreciate you, and thank you for giving Menkhu his adoration for that beautiful presentation. So to our good brother Eric G. All right, next we have Amun Men Ra Sut Atum, who sends $25 for teachings. Yes, Hotep, Amun Min Ra Sut A.T.O.N, another fantastic Meru, supporter of the Per Aten. We appreciate you and for appreciating the teachings as well. So to for your consistency and doing what you do, being here conscious and aware in class. Great brother. So Henu to you. All right. Next we have Primordial Thought 9, who sends in $10 for Tua to the House of Aten. I appreciate the love.
Better keep teaching like this.
You are watching a master at work.
To our great brother, Primordial Thought 9, wonderful moderator of the House of Aten, great question asker of the Tehuti pod class, and future wisdom teacher of the House of Aten. So
you read my mind. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was thinking
that's why I said it. I felt it coming from you. So
don't nobody really want no smoke.
Yeah, we're here and we're the best.
Yes, to our great brother, we appreciate
Never for Unk. Everything is beautiful in life.
Absolutely. And let's check. Okay, yes. To everyone for the great Meru, for the great support. And lastly, we have B. Gad Leisure, who is Mahuru, who sends in $10 for Friends, Hotep, House of Aten. All right, yes, the great brother Mahuru, another Nefer Karu of the Per Aten. We appreciate you, great brother, and all of what you provide, and for your meta-netter, for your tones that you present, that you post in the Discord as well. I love reading you all's tones. Very just full of light. And it's beautiful just to see brothers and sisters talking like that. And you are, I don't even know how you're here materialized. I really don't. So, yeah, we appreciate you, great brother, and the consciousness that you bring, all the magical stories that you have, the upeshes that you put. I may not respond to all of them, but I read all of them. So to our great brother Mahuru. Yes, Henu. All right. Let me stop sharing. Let me double check. Yes, Henu Tua, to all the great, all the fantastic Nefer supporters, the Meru, the Kuru of the Per Aten. And if anyone has anything they'd like to say before we close out, great brother Mahuru, you can give us some of your tones.
Hello, to the House of Aten, to the Nefer. This, it's a beautiful platform for us to express and to seek out the mysteries that this system has been hiding from us. To all, and for the Ankh, for the NETERU to give you the breath of life, to the House of Aten, to all.
Beautiful Nefer. Yeah, this is wonderful. We appreciate all the great people. Amun Men Rasut Atun, Antu, Anu. We appreciate you, Robert Williams. He says, work, work, work. I just got in. Hotep Brothers, I'll catch the replay. This was a great one. We appreciate you. You're a wonderful supporter. Wonderful Maru. Squano trending in the chat. I do my best to do my best. Nefer. That's beautiful. Tanya 23 Experience says, thank you. Minty put 4T Thieves. Yes, 4T Thieves. And I wanted to ask the brother VRI Isaac, because his Cash App name is 80 Thieves. I wanted to ask him what that is. So maybe ask him that when I see him. Peace, Minty Hotep. Saba Tehuti is the only one sourcing spiritual teachings. Hail Saba Tehuti. Yes, absolutely. Primordial Thought 9 says they picking sides instead of unity, like Saba just taught yesterday. Yes, and there is definitely, and we actually picked the side as well. We picked the side of unity. And some people pick the side of Isfat. We are Ma'at, and to our great brother for being a representation of Ma'at, and for sharing with us your Nefer Mut, and we appreciate you. All right, Mo Life. Peace to you, says word. All right, excellent. Nook Poo puts the owls in the chat. All right. Yes, we appreciate each and every one of you. Welcome to the House of Aten. This is House of Aten. Yes, Nefer.
You getting busy. You getting busy.
Well, always at work, always doing, always creating. So we appreciate each and every one of you too for your attention. Without your attention, this can never exist. Hotep and Hinu to you, great brother Menkhu Ara Meri Maat, for that wonderful Nefer presentation. To our great brother Tefrem Kim Ma'at for introducing the classes every week, and for being a representation of Ma'at and representing your Ren beautifully. To our great brother Maharu for all the tones that you provide and all the magic that you emanate. We appreciate you. May you all continue to walk and traverse in Ma'at, continue to overcome challenges, to surpass your limits that were prior before, continue to exist and live within truth. We appreciate you all. We appreciate all the great Karu, all the great Meru of the Per Aten, and we look forward to all the new Karu, the new members coming in, all the great people who are coming in as supporters, everyone who supports on the YouTube as well. We appreciate you all. We're on the journey to 1,000 to a K subscribers, and we will get there this month. So everyone, make sure you like the video. Everyone, make sure you subscribe, share the information. So with that being said, Sekim Arit Murder Ka'a Semu Hatu NETERU Pert in Hetep. I have obtained the power to do what pleases my Ka. May the hearts of the NETERU lead me. I come forth in peace.
Oh, tap, peace and love. You got some words, Menkhu?
Yes. One 1 second. Come to me, Tehuti, O noble ibis. Come to me and give me counsel to make me skillful in your calling. He who master it is found fit to hold office. Fate and fortune are to be found with you. Oh, I want to give supreme gratitude to the House of Aten, to the supporters for contributing and supporting the House of Aten, and the adoration I received for this presentation means the world to me, means the world to us. Let's continue to build. This is a beautiful journey. I don't know how I got here. I know how I got here, but it's a pleasant surprise to be snatched out of the clutches of the matrix by Saba Tehuti, the NETERU, and the ancestors during the pandemic. The world was turned upside down and the Neters came and got me. And so I'm forever grateful, and it's an honor to serve. So Hinu to everyone. This is unbelievable. This is incredible. This is phenomenal. This is an amazing phenomenon. There's nothing like this. And it's a pleasure to be in the purr of Aten. Hinu.
Hinu, great brothers. Maharu, did you close out?
Yeah, so one more thing, that I know to all, to Saba Tehuti, to teach us that our karma from birth until when we call, that we're running towards immortality, not towards Isfet, like this, the system of this world is running towards. That we are balanced in Ma'at. And so Henu to Saba Tehuti, Henu to the House of Aten.
Henu to you, great brother. And with that, we will close. I would like to echo the brother's sentiment and give everybody in the chat, all our supporters, Henu, we appreciate your support and all that you do as we build this nation of Kemet brick by brick. I just want to say that everyone's role is important. We all have a part to play. Put the boat in the water where you're at. We all have a superpower, so let's tap into it. With that, from today's teachings, I want to invite everyone to join in with me as I utter the Nefer Sekim Rens of the Neter, as well as the Anunnaki, the beautiful beings that were spoke of today. I want to utter their Rens. They are the stars. So Henu to Ishtar, Henu to Imhotep, Henu to Khufu, Henu to Tehuti, and all the creators of the star maps. Henu to MERETSEGER, placed me, the overseer of works, as officer in charge of that which is and that which is not, because I was efficient and because I was excellent in the heart. Unki and Ma'at. You gonna post it? Unki and Ma'at. Un-N-S. Nintet or Set and Ma'at. Menhapapet and Ma'at. Her in Hukui. Her Ikut. I live for Ma'at. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Ma'at. Every day I advance towards Ma'at. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light. Henu to the Neter on the wall. Peace and love.
A path less taken, no one sits adjacent. Stand on your square was before the Masons. See how 3-3s control just like the degree. Flow, fire. 3-2 is the point where you freeze, froze. Eyes closed, yet I can still see. Show actions alongside your speech. Spoke words of magic to unwind what's happened. Alighted in angled ones with slight curves. The nerve of them to think they could use my magic on me. I'm consciousness of the original land of the Trinity. Kemet. Ma'at is the owl of sight. What's dark to you is light to me. All I see are threes. I lift veils like my child is a bride to be. Triangles not yet explored. Lead with left, right is flat on the floor. 90 degrees, V's, ascension up, scale, lean on lines like Google activist. Henu was original black fist, res erection. Henu is also the phallus. I point out and spit life into the womb. Portals, that's the first matrix. Mother goddesses give praises. Vision acute for the ones obtuse. Appoint me to the source of anointing. Apply oil under spells when raising a Bible. Just go spell. Numbers creating angles, geometric language. Travel up ladders with these letters. Gematria. These words aren't adding up for the better. Chanting in mirrors. Ua, sin, connect. 1, 2, 3. This art has no limit, no cap, don't need a degree. This is a collage of knowledge applied, but I guess it's dumb to be wise and speak. Freemason is 9-6, that's 15. 1 + 5 is 6, that's 3-3. Sex, hex, they have them thinking a man was supposed to bleed for your life to be eternal. Please, wake up and rise, rest. God is within thee, this isn't belief. Menstrual moon cycles, Yah is the name of Tehuti. ABCs, the alpha beta has them in a spell that they can't see. Silent K's, G's disappear with no knowledge. They hide their hands, rock, stone, and trees. The illusion is that they feel free. Feel free.
Yo, let's go.
Shed. Close my eyes, then I woke up back in my bed. I could see my room as clear as looking through a lens. See, I thought I was awake, so then I tried to move. But my body shocked me like I was plugged in a socket. I started panicking and scrambling within my mental. I thought I died and now my body, I'm forever locked in. I was screaming, help me, someone help me please. But there wasn't any sound making it through my teeth. I could see movement in motion, shadows gather around me. How could I close my eyes already closed. Eating alkaline at this time, fasting reads so shocking. I was stuck in a paralysis, fear had me froze. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth. It's time to shed. I finally started waking up and coming back. I was in the opposite of state's effect. That's relaxed, I grabbed my phone and started to do research. Knowledge of what happened, I was in a lack. Insidious, the movie came direct to mind. Every time I've seen this, it was connected to what's not divine. Demons crawling forcefully, holding the body down. Ain't no point in trying to scream, you will not make a sound. Deep within, I knew I made that a reality. The all is mine, I saw it, and so shall it be. I start replacing fear with knowing universe is mental. Talking to my subconscious to wake me up in dreams. Then one day my spirit guides came in so essential. Daylight's astral playing loud in my dream helped to set me free. I'm back in paralysis laying on my couch. But this time I was calm, ready to exit out. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth, it's time to shed. From what I read, I need to move my arms in front of me. See a rope and pull it, separate and then release. Now I'm out, I see my house is gleaming, I accept it. Looking in the mirror, staring at my car's reflection. I was so ecstatic, flying in every direction. This was months of subconscious reprogramming and redirection. Place my thoughts in my body, wake up, that's what I did. I was reborn from that day so I could start to live.